they fight like lion, keeping Biafra safe from Zion. Oh, Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want am strong. We Simon Tepa we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout. Mama Biafra, yeah, I'll call no doubt. Enemies close, but we stand up tall. Together we rise, we no go follow. Oh, Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. In unity we go they strive. Fight for freedom, we go alive. With courage and strength we they fight. Mama Biafra, our guiding light. Oh, Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. With Simon Ekpa we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout. Mama Biafra, yeah, I call no doubt. Enemies close but we stand tall. Together we rise, we no go fall.
Breaking news reaching us now, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has been arrested, extradited to Nigeria, and is right now being arraigned at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Kanu is facing charges bordering on treasonable felony instituted against him at the Federal High Court.
It was an unjust war.
Long ago, in the heart of Biafra, a nation was born from the ashes of war. A war that scarred the land and its people, yet it never killed the spirit of freedom.
The war aim of Biafra is purely to prevent ourselves being slaughtered, nothing more.
It was in this land, scarred by conflict, that Nnamdi Kanu was born, a son destined to revive the dream of independence for Biafra.
And if anybody is going to judge our success and failure in this war, it will have to depend on how much we have prevented the enemy from killing us.
Raised with the echoes of his ancestors' struggles, Kanu understood that the wounds of war ran deep in the hearts of his people. The scars from the Biafran War, which ravaged the land and cost countless lives, had never healed. The dream of an independent Biafra, broken but not forgotten, lived on in the hearts of those who survived. It was these voices, these memories, that called him to action. As Nnamdi Kanu grew, so did his voice. He became a preacher of justice, a messenger for those who were unheard. He spoke not just for his generation, but for all those whose lives were shattered by the war. The pain of the past was alive within him, and his words resonated with the cries of the oppressed. But as Kanu's message spread, so did the fear of the establishment. His calls for self-determination grew louder, shaking the very foundations of the government. They feared the revival of a Biafran spirit, one that could awaken the wounds of the past and ignite a new conflict. And so, they moved against him. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, his body captured, but his spirit unbroken. The authorities believed that imprisoning him would extinguish the fire he had started. But they failed to understand the depths of his cause. The pain of the war, the bloodshed of the past, was not something easily forgotten. It was a flame that could never be fully extinguished. His arrest became a symbol of the struggle that began in the blood-soaked fields of the Biafran War. The demand for freedom was still alive. The fight for justice continued, not just for Nnamdi Kanu, but for all the lives lost, for all the children born into a world of scars. The fight for Biafra is not just his fight. It is the fight of all those who have ever dreamed of a free land. And though the past may haunt the present, the future is still unwritten. As long as the story of Nnamdi Kanu is told, as long as the voices of his people rise, the dream of Biafra lives on. Arrested again, 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 and yet again.
I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra, my right to agitate, my right. They turned it from reasonable felony now to terrorism.
This is Nnamdi Kanu speaking. Biafra land, listen. They thought they could silence me, but they didn't just cage me. They caged your spirit. They made you forget that our land still bleeds, that our people still suffer, that nothing has changed. 5 years in chains. But what about you? Are you not free? Or have they bound your voice with fear? The struggle was never about me, it was about you, your children, your land, your future. So I ask you, where is the fire that once burned in your heart? Where is the voice that once roared for freedom? Wake up! Rise again. Speak. Act. Remember who you are. This is Nnamdi Kanu.
No fear for our land. We go stand together. Fight for freedom now. No surrender.
This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose, an occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze.
We face many things, we don't fall. Them took a Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them catch we still they strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity, we hold the land. From night.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on another strong episode. Wherever you are joining us from, I welcome you to this special section of the Sit at Home. Wherever you are watching from, I urge you to please kindly like and share this program to all your friends. Share in any platform where you belong. Share to family and friends. Share to your neighbors. Don't watch this video alone. Make sure that somebody is there watching with you. Invite your friends. You never can tell who is going to get this information and pass it along. Remember, we were admonished to engage in radical evangelism. That is one of the assignments that was given to us by our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, and our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, also told us that we must carry everybody along. Today is a special sit at home. Remember, tomorrow, our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, will be in court tomorrow, and we are going to bring you the court section live. wherever you are. This night, this evening, please continue to pray for our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for victory on tomorrow's court. We know that the enemies of Biafra are not giving up. We know that the enemies are not backing down, but we will not back down either. We will continue to remain positive and strong and continue to pursue the freedom of the Biafran people. We are unstoppable. Biafra is not dependent on one person. Biafra is dependent on every single one of us in this platform today, wherever you are, as long as you are a Biafran. Biafra is dependent on you, and you must do everything humanly possible to see that the actualization of Biafra becomes a reality. We have come once again to give you an update and a replay of those information that you have missed, those programs that you have missed. Tighten your seatbelt, sit back, take your seat and take your cold water and drink and watch from the beginning to the end. I bet you'll be glad you did. A lot of revelations are coming. After watching, your life will never remain the same. Let us watch and hear from what the Biafrans have to say, and messages coming from our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and also messages coming from our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Today is a special session. Please watch and remain blessed. To this message of our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because today is a special day for him. It's a day of his remembrance. And you know that very soon he's going to be coming to court. Hopefully he's going to come to court. Maybe by tomorrow, we're going to see him in court. So while we are here, we will continue to observe the sit at home to earn him respect. We would continue to observe the sit at home to demand for his unconditional release. And we must be strong about it. Do not hesitate. Do not allow distraction. They will do everything humanly possible to stop it. But I bet you they will never succeed. With you and I here, they will never succeed. They will only try, but they will fail. I thank everyone who has been here, and let us hear this message of our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to learn some little lesson from it.
Every day you wake up to the same rubbish. Every day you wake up. Every day you wake up to the same garbage. Day after day after day after day. And what is your response? The same thing over and over and over again. You go back now and say, oh, hey, I'm from Ishekiri. We are not part of what they're doing. And you accept. And look at your life and how miserable it is. You lament, you lament, you lament, but you don't have what it takes to make the much needed change. They say that all the government of Ondo State and others must draw a boundary. Where who are the bandits and who are the law-abiding? How can we know? That's not going there. My phone, when your man all the lizards, all the now lizard, they are all their stomach is almost on the floor. So we don't know which one has belly ache. How do we know? How can you differentiate between a good headsman and a violent terrorist headsman? How can you know? How can you know? I'm asking you. Mietiala is there, remote controlling all your lives. Look at how they installed, after installing Hope, they installed the idiot Hope, George Obiozo. George Obiozo was the man that took Hope to the north to go and introduce him as a politician. The same that George Obiozo, he's an intellectual, as they, you fools. Once they give you a degree, they say you're an intellectual. George Obiozo, before you took Hope to the north, did you know that Hope was doing 419 in Lagos? He was a fraudster doing Yahoo in Lagos. Who doesn't know in Imo State that Hope was a fraudster in Lagos? These are the type of leaders that they imposed on our people. Idiots. And we are there. They have Apex organization. Apex. These are errand boys for the caliphate. That's why BBC is promoting him. That is why they're all promoting. That is what they have always done. Black people are like that. As I told you before, when the British came to stop the eastern advance of the French colonial forces in Benin Republic, in Badagry, basically in Badagry. You know what Britain did? They didn't go to England to come bring soldiers. They went to Ghana. They recruited Ghanaians, black niggers from Ghana, to come and help them to conquer their fellow niggers in Nigeria. They didn't have to go travel very far. That is why I keep saying that the brain of a black man is his greatest impediment. You see, inside this brain, everything a black man is suffering from is here. Inability to reason. Inability to reason. It is the truth that I must tell you. Some may not like it, but of course I will tell you. You cannot, the presidency is telling, you cannot unilaterally push out headsmen. What are they doing in the bushes? In the forest? And they said it's to feed their cattle. Before the white man came, where were you feeding your cattle? Fulani? Where? What was your cattle eating them? They said it's climate change. Of course, it's a lie. You came from very barren, arid Sahel. No rain in Sahel for centuries. It didn't start today. You were able to keep your cattle, you drink the blood and you drink the milk. That's how you survive. Now, what are you doing in Ondo Forest? Our people cannot see because they are blind. People cannot see because they are blind. But we are here to open your eyes. We are here to open your eyes. The time now is exactly 4 minutes past 9. Sorry, we are 4 minutes. What am I? No, I think that is UK time. It is 4 minutes past 10. I'm looking at the UK clock. It's 4 minutes past 10 a.m. in the blessed land of Biafra. We are under the bondage of the zoo because a few idiots want to be president of Nigeria. Because after that, then what happens? All of them killing themselves over Jonathan presidency. From the so-called Niger Delta or Yoruba that was dying because of Obasanjo presidency. Where are they today? They are still the ones crying that things are not okay. So you think as an Igbo man, if you're there for 8 years, somehow, miraculously, you will change anything? Ironsi tried and they killed him. Use your brain. It was meant to be Alex Ekwueme after Shagari. Buhari overthrew the government in 1983. Some of you don't know history. Rather than allow an Igbo man to become the president, they did a coup. Some of you need to reason very well. Obioso, you claim you went to school, you should be able to use your brain. How can you believe it? People who are foolish, they cannot, because of the Inchonche wild chicken change they give you in Abuja. Please have a house in Abuja because of that. You are going to suffer and die. They are mad people. You've not seen anything yet. You have not seen anything yet. At this point in time, let us take some questions. Then we'll continue. If you want to send us a question, please, I'm not going to take a direct call. I will call my secretary, and then she will be able to tell us precisely who is who are the ones asking the questions, and what they're. Go to Twitter and ask your question on Twitter. When you ask your question on Twitter, then I will be able to answer it live on air here. You can ask anything you like, and I will answer it. Can you hear me? Uchenna, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, go ahead. We are listening. Do we have any questions from people that will require my response?
Yes. First, good morning, and good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining us for this Q&A session. And I'm going to start with question 1. Let's see. Okay. So question 1 is, good morning, sir. It appears that Oduwa is getting pretty hot at the moment and onward.
Your English is too American for us. So, you know, we are from the village. This English is too American. Please break it down. Raise your voice for me, please. Raise your voice and break it down for us, if you can, please. Because this grammar is too Americanized. This Akata is somehow for us that grew up in the village. Please go ahead.
Sorry. Okay. It appears that Oduduwa is getting pretty hot at the moment and onward. Is IPOB ready to offer moral and logical support to them?
Yes, and we have been doing so. We have been doing so, and we shall continue to do so. We want them, I want the Oduduwa to come out of their shell, to recognize that Nigeria is a mess, a recognition that Nigeria is a hopeless case, and come to fight for it. Not all the time the Fulani will give them something, as they promised Chief Bafra will make you the president after this and all that, and they buy into it. It will never ever happen. What we are saying to them is that they must come out and support what we are doing, and that thing is a referendum. Everybody must demand a referendum. That gives you a say in how you are governed, in how your children are going to be governed in time to come. And the only thing that can bring that about is the revolution. We start with the revolution, they will now, of course, they'll be forced to capitulate. And then after that, we have a referendum. There must be a referendum. So we are willing and prepared to offer them every support that they may want, of course, anytime, any day. Next question, please.
Nigeria Army resigning. Some of them will send to ESN, acknowledging that they've resigned, but this is a lie planned by Zoo government. My question is, how are we supposed to receive the resigning soldiers in ESN, because this is a plan of Nigerian government trying to send spies to ESN camps?
We have a very special recruitment and induction procedure that will root out every fake soldier or every unpatriotic soldier trying to join ESN. Is not going to happen. We have filters in place, and when the time comes, we will root out the bad eggs within them. But I must encourage them to continue resigning, because what you have is not an army of the nation. What you have is an army of conquest by the Janjaweed rulers of the zoo. And we must do everything we can to demolish and dismantle it. And please, can you give me the names of the people who are sending on all these messages, please? We need to know their names. We want to know their names, please. It's very, very important that we know who is asking all these questions, please. Are certain that the lives and properties of our people there are firmly secured. Regionalism was the best way forward. Restructuring, going back to who you were, 1963 Constitution, 1963 Constitution. Be on your own and pay tax to the central government, as they have in America, as they have even in Britain. Britain, you have Scotland that is almost independent. Wales, the same thing. Everybody is free. But Britain doesn't want the same thing they're enjoying to happen in Nigeria. Why? Ask yourself that question. Anybody telling you about one Nigeria is your enemy? I'll prove it to you now. Ojukwu negotiated devolution, regionalism. The North will be on their own, the West on their own, even Midwest on their own, and then the East on their own. It's the same one Nigeria. On their way to the airport, before they boarded the aircraft, a call came from Lagos, from the British High Commissioner in Lagos, to Gowon, telling Gowon not to agree. After having signed the agreement, that same Gowon you're looking at today, God kept me alive so that he can witness the destruction he will bring upon that very zoo called Nigeria. Gowon said no. Do you know all the journalists in Nigeria, none of them have ever gone to go on to ask him, why did he say no to Aburi? Aburi was restructuring. None of those agitating for restructuring right now has ever gone to go on or gone to Nigeria to say, but Ojukwu negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. If not now, that after many years of hammering on this very topic, it has now sunk into the skull of the people that Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is, always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it, and we are here today. Those they gave birth to, that have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And Biafra must come. It must come. Two things are bothering the zoo right now. You know, when God wants to destroy a nation, it comes in many ways. One, Buhari is dead. They brought in a fake. It is now dawning on the people very slowly that there is no more Buhari. People are now beginning to realize it. What I find astonishing are people that they claim are stakeholders in the zoo, those who should know better, those who should be, should I say, lead this very campaign to uncover the truth. They're all running away, they're all hiding. Do you know why they're hiding? Because the people talking about a late dead Buhari are those that oil and gas comes from their region. And they all think that they need oil and gas to survive. That is why they're all quiet. If not that Dino Malaya came out a few days ago, of course Obasanjo said it, even Aisha Buhari said it, but the husband is dead. They all pretended as if they didn't know. And we know that Buhari is dead. And when that very issue erupts the way and manner it would, later on in the coming weeks and months, the zoo cannot contain the fallout. That is number one. Number two is that everybody keeps talking about there seems to be no government, there is no direction because Buhari is not there. That is why you have no direction. That is why the country seems to be drifting. That is why there is no sense of purpose, no cohesion, because there is no Buhari. So what you have are competing interests and ideas from the Fulani cabal that is ruling the zoo, ruling all of you. You know that little boy is not Buhari, everybody knows that. How many Buharis are you going to have before you begin to reason and begin to think? When I said it, they said it was conspiracy theory, and I said with time, today people are coming out to confirm what we have always known. What we have always known, that Buhari is dead. That is why you have what is called a drift in the government. That is why there is no clear focus, there is no clear-cut direction, not at all. If not that I talked about Aisha Buhari in my last broadcast, I wouldn't have brought her out today to speak. And she only issued a statement. Nobody saw her. She's in Dubai having fun with her boyfriend, your first lady. And I asked them, in whose reign or regime in Nigeria or anywhere else in the world do you have a first lady missing in office? Only in Nigeria. But you as a Nigerian cannot ask any questions because of the way you reason. The problem you have as a Nigerian is in your brain. The way you reason is flawed. Ask yourself this question. If this woman's husband is alive, what is she doing in Dubai? And with who in Dubai? Simple question. But you can't ask yourself that question because you're a Nigerian. Sometimes you don't reason very well. It is not meant to be an insult. I'm just telling you the fact of life. Buhari is no longer alive. The various Fulani groups within, some are sponsoring terrorists from all over the place to come to your land to kill you.
This very speech of our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it's still very much fresh and alive today. The Zoological Republic people are not asking questions. Do you know that that same woman we are talking about, Aisha Buhari, is still living in Dubai as we speak? While the one they claim to be her husband is somewhere else in Daura. And we don't even see him. He doesn't even appear on media. That imposter who claimed to be, who was acting as Buhari, is still on his own. Can you imagine Buhari at his age? At that his age, left alone, all alone, including his children. No single person is with him. He's all alone in Daura, moving from Niger Republic to Daura, his own village. Moving from Niger, his country, to a village. That is what he's parading on. While this same Aisha Buhari, they call her wife, who also testify about his death. She is still in Dubai, enjoying the wealth she has been amassed from Nigerian government to cover up for her husband. She is enjoying the wealth she amassed from Nigerian government to cover up for the death of her husband. Meanwhile, the imposter is there in Niger Republic, moving from Maradi to up to this moment, and nobody is asking question. Why would this man who claimed to be alive, even after his retirement, the wife remains in Dubai, even at his age? All his children, they are all out, including the sons. They are all outside the country. This revelation will definitely come back to haunt them. And you also should be asking yourself, why is it that this was not among the charge that was brought against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made this revelation, but all this while they are dragging him to court, right, left, and center. We have never had them mention this part. It has never, ever been challenged or mentioned in the court. Even when they are trying so hard to indict him. Time shall tell. Time shall tell. But we never forget. That is why once in a while we play back the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We never forget. We never forget. And I bet you our freedom is near.
And you want to be in the same country with the same people that imported terrorists to come to kill you. I don't understand it. You see, I am struggling to understand how some of you reason. They call themselves your patrons. They say that you are Nigerians. Is that correct? Why would a fellow Nigerian go outside to the Sahel to pay people to come to kill you? They are fellow Nigerian. And after killing you, they say that those murderers and killers are now entitled to live in your forests and in your farmlands. Are all of you okay at all? Because I am struggling to understand how you people reason. The reason why I'm saying this is this. The gullible ones amongst you are the ones they are deceiving. They are deceiving all of you. And for some perverse reason, you tend to fall for it. But we have not fallen for it. And wonders shall never end. You saw the little boy that they were giving, they said they're giving him COVID-19 vaccine. And I ask you in all honesty, there are pastors and truth tellers and men of God, I believe, in Nigeria. Look at the hand of that boy. You've seen the pictures and the videos everywhere. Is that the hand of an 80-year-old man? How can all of a sudden Osibajo is now older than Buhari? Look at the videos and look at the pictures.
We will never forget this revelation, and we are waiting. Just as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, time shall tell. My fellow Biafrans, the restoration of Biafra is not tied on an individual. All this their propaganda and blackmail will never stop us from fighting for our freedom. It will never stop us. We will continue to pursue our freedom until we are completely free. They held Mazi Nnamdi Kanu thinking that holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will stop the freedom. No. He never stopped it. Instead, he made us wax stronger and made us see more reasons to fight more. And we will continue to fight and continue to do what we have to do to see that we are free. So wherever you are watching this program from, I want you to understand that our freedom is not tied on an individual. It does not matter what they say, how they say it. We will continue to pursue our freedom, and we will continue to do what we have to do to make sure that we are free. I urge every Biafran, wherever you may be, to stay strong and do not allow anyone to distract you. Do not allow anyone to distract you. When they come with their distraction, do not buy into it. Continue to move forward and continue to do that which is right. Our freedom is in our hand, and we cannot allow anybody, to come between us and our freedom. We will continue to do what we have to do to set ourselves free from the clutches of the enemies. We have already started that, and we will continue to do that until we get to the promised land. I urge every Biafran that is watching this program, wherever you are watching from, to please Stay strong. Stay strong and remain focused. Do not allow anyone to deceive you or distract you, no matter the obstacles, the temptations, no matter the problems, no matter what you hear or see. Always remember that it is our responsibility to continue to stand firm and pursue the recognition of Biafra, which is where we are today. Remember, we are entering into a very, very sensitive month soon. 30th May. The month of May is going to be a very powerful month. We are expecting our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa and also our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi to join us. And we are going to remember our heroes and open our DC office. It is a very sensitive moment that we're entering into, and we must continue to be focused and not get distracted. Let's hear this.
No fear for our land, we go stand together, fight for freedom now. No surrender.
This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose, an occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze.
We face many things, we don't fall. Them took a Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them catch we still they strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity, we hold the land.
Thank you so much for being there and watching. We must continue. Remember, today is a sit at home. Today is sit at home, and as we speak, in Biafra land, people are sitting at home. Biafrans are sitting at home, and there is no going back. We will continue to sit at home, and we will continue to demand the unconditional release of our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the release of every Biafran prisoner. Every Biafran political prisoner, wherever they may be held, we demand for their release. And we also demand that the Zoological Republic government remove all their terrorists in Biafran territory. This demand will we continue to make until they leave our land. We cannot allow them to continue to operate in our lands. We cannot continue to allow the zoological republics to continue to play their games in our land. We will take back our land by all means necessary, and we cannot allow them to continue to push their lies and the evil agenda upon the Biafran people. My fellow Biafrans, once again, we are going to hear a message that was left for us by our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekwanjoko. For those who do not know where we are, what we have to do, and why we are doing what we are doing, please, I want you to pay attention to this message. One of the messages delivered by our Prime Minister. Listen carefully, and you'll be glad you did.
My supporters, Biafrans in the United States, I want every one of you to remember these three words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be. What are the declaration of the 2nd December meant to achieve? At least it is no longer a question of uncertainty. It is no longer a question of whether we are unsure. But I believe the message of the Declaration of the Restoration of Independent State of Biafra on the 2nd of December 2024 has penetrated even to the bone marrow of the enemies. So the question, and the big question, is, what do we intend to achieve? They have mocked us that we are in exile. But what the truth that they are not telling themselves is that we are not only in exile. We are actually more in the homeland than what we are in exile. The truth they refuse to tell, which they continue to deceive themselves, is that every blessed Monday in Biafra land, we demonstrate that we are not just in exile. We also control the homeland. The truth they have not told you is that whenever we issue any declaration on either civil disobedience or the forceful lockdown of the Nigerian state institution in Biafra land, like we have declared from the 28th day of this August to the 26th of September, those who call us government, those who say we are in exile, will start crying. They will start all manner of propaganda, panicking, sending military terrorists in our land to try to, see whether we can change our mind, thinking that by killing our people, the pressure will, force us to change our mind. These are the things that they are not telling those gullible, idiot criminals in Nigeria that are believing in one Nigeria just because they have found themselves in a safe haven where they can commit crimes, international crimes and cyber crimes, and they will be bragging in their various communities for making money through crime. So they lie to themselves that, oh, don't listen to him, they are just in exile. Yet, each time we make any pronouncement, it becomes a problem to them. So the big question is, what do we intend to achieve from the 2nd of December? My supporters in the United States, Biafrans in the United States, we have at least two objectives. We want to achieve two things from this 2nd of December declaration. These two things are the delegitimization of the Nigerian state within Biafra land and the legitimization of Biafra government within Biafra land and beyond. Our declaration will cover all grievances against Nigeria, the injustices against Biafra people by the Nigerian state, the harms suffered by the Biafra people within Nigeria. This has a standard way of delegitimizing Nigeria as an existing state, and of course, legitimizing Biafra as a new independent state. These grievances, the Biafra government have constituted a committee called the Declaration Drafting Committee that is putting and penning down every grievances we have against Nigeria. And there is the latest one, which is the student loan. Many of you have seen in the news that they have approved a student loan from every geopolitical zone, but they excluded Southeast, part of Biafra. That is technically accepting partially the declaration that is coming on 2nd of December. They're already telling us to go. But what they have refused to understand is that they don't define our map. We define our map. It is not them. They are still using the colonial mentality of giving them the demography, changing the demography for them. This is 21st century, where the people are wise and we know our boundaries. We know our land. You don't tell us where our land is and come from Yoruba land to tell us where your boundary ends, or come from the Fulani Caliphate to tell us where your boundary end, our boundary end. No, that was then. During the time of Usman Danfodio and during the time of Babangida, where you use your military degree to do whatever you want. This time around, it is not going to work like that. We know our boundary. Our boundary has been defined by the Biafra government. Our state and institutions has also been put in place by the Biafra government. So our declaration is going to state very clearly the grievances we have against Nigeria, why Biafra has come to become a remedy. Now, I use instances always, making references to the United States. Just as in the 1776 of the U.S. Declaration, when they become a new state, then they presented this particular new state of the United States as the only remedy, the listed grievances for them to declare the independence of the United States. Biafra will be presented to the world as the only remedy to the insecurity that Nigeria has created in quest to bring Islamization of Nigeria and, of course, that turn Nigeria into Islamic State. We are going to present Biafra government as a remedy to the United States, to the West, and to every other world power that cares to know. Part of the grievances will be the killings by the terrorists and the high-level corruption and political crisis that Nigeria has found itself today without any solution. Since the last election, which the European Union condemned, which the United Nations condemned, which the America condemned, and faulted everything that has to do with the result of the last election. Yet, they are recognizing the criminal who called himself Cananu as the president. Because Nigerians are stupid. Nobody rise up against, because everybody have been captured and enslaved with terrorism. If you do the killing, the assassinating. That's why many of them are bragging. Whenever we talk, they say, Samanaka, come to Nigeria so we believe you. Do you know why? Because they think that we are going to be as stupid as those people that have killed in the past. Kensaro Wiwa, should we start mentioning them? Anybody that rise up to challenge the impunity of the Nigerian state, the terrorist state, they eliminate the person. What is the other name? The Yoruba man, Gani Kfawemi or whatever he's called. He was assassinated. These are people who think they can make changes within the Nigerian state. It's impossible. Even this criminal called Tinubu, he ran away. He would have been killed by the military administration then, because he thought that he can move, have any political movement, to change whatever he want to change then, before he came back to become the governor. He ran away to exile, and probably France, because I know he has a very good relationship with people in France. Now, just like the United States, we are going to present Biafra after 2nd of December as the only remedy to the political crisis in Nigeria today. We will present Biafra as the only remedy to the upsurge of terrorists in the Sahel. I am telling you, nobody will see what we are doing today as a government in exile and don't give us that particular opportunity. We have proven beyond reasonable doubt that as Nigeria as a failed state, the only remedy that will save the life of people and also save the interests of the West, because no matter how you want to say it, we still have to protect the interests of the West, which goes a very long way in making sure that our society still remain in a sane, we still remain in a sane society, both in conflict-wise, insecurity-wise, national security, and what have you. So Nigeria no longer function as a law-governed state, capable of resolving its current political and economic crisis. My people of Biafra, our declaration in December is providing a remedy, providing alternative to the Biafra people and to the world, and to those who have business interests in the area, in Sahel region, and in Nigeria as a whole, because this is going to affect them positively. So Nigeria have found itself in a situation where they have become incapacitated. They are not capable of resolving every crisis that they are facing today. So the state is already a failed state. So what are we going to do in December 2nd? Our declaration will offer solution. And like I said, remedy, remedy, remedy to the economic crisis, to the insecurity, to the upsurge of terrorism, and what have you. And we believe that those who supported Nigeria to commit genocide against Biafrans in the 60s must be very ashamed of themselves today. Though we can see that many of them who are very corrupt, I am talking about those in America, for example, like, you know, some of them we have seen removing Nigeria from the list of, you know, a special interest of a state that you know, have committed crime against Christians, for example. Those who remove Nigeria without investigation, you know, they are struggling very hard, trying not to look stupid by their continuous support for the Nigeria, even when they knew that Nigeria is already a failed state. The more they try to revive Nigeria, following their fake diplomatic ties, and the more Nigeria will continue to fail them. So, my people, there is no two ways about it. This time around, we have come to outsmart the nomadic system of Nigeria. And of course, our aim and objective is to bring and restore true democracy in Biafra land, which will affect the entire region. After December 2nd, we will move to the next level, which I call the phase 2 of the Biafra liberation, which this phase 2 will see the establishment and the activation of the state institution within Biafra land, which is already functional as I speak. That will take over the Nigeria state functions, will take over the functions of other institutions from the Nigeria state, and that is the part of the delegitimization of Nigeria. And by announcing the United States of Biafra commitment to several international sanctioned principles, policies, and international recognized organization that Nigeria never had, we are going to make sure we approach every international organization that Nigeria has violated their treaties with impunity, providing Biafra to them and presenting Biafra as a remedy and alternative. With what we have done so far, we have been able to prove beyond reasonable doubt that you can't forge any document in Biafra and present it anywhere. We have eliminated the possibility to forge document, unlike the runners and all the criminals in Yoruba land are doing. That's what they do. They make a living by forging. So my people in the United States, for those who are very, very unsure of what will happen after December 2nd, I am telling you now, giving you a hint. Our declaration of independence or declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will be expected to legitimize the Biafra government in the eye of other non-terrorist states. This is going to take a very long time, and it requires many diplomatic approach, political approach, and of course, it also requires commitment from the Biafra government, which I believe we are not shaking from that end. In turn, we will be expected to recognize Biafra, and we don't care how long this will take. This kind of legitimization of Biafra state will be culminated in the quest or in our request or appeal to other states and international organizations to recognize the independence of Biafra. Our grievances that we expected to be listed on the declaration document has been drafted or has been drafted by our committee on the declaration of the declaration drafting committee will include the grievance declaration, the institutionalizing declaration, and the commitment declaration. I want you all in the United States to listen to this. Very, very important. We are going to have 3 major grievances in our declaration document. And so, if you don't know what we are doing, we are fighting Nigeria academically, we are fighting Nigeria with brain, we are fighting Nigeria physically, and we are fighting Nigeria with gun. So let me repeat it again. I said, the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will cover 3 major grievances. One is grievances declaration, institutionalizing declaration, and the commitment declaration. And this different declaration will be elaborated during the time of our convention in Finland. So when you come to Finland, you're going to have first-hand information, and you are going to read the history, be part of the history, and stay where the history is happening, so that you will not say they told you, or you will not say you watch it from the social media. No, you are going to be there. Those who are privileged to come to Finland, you will be there to witness this thing yourself, how it is done. So, and then after that, you know, when I made a video the other day to explain to Biafrans, who will be expecting that immediately after the declaration, the police will disappear from Biafra, no, the military will disappear. Of course, most of them use it to do propaganda, which doesn't move us. Because the thing is that they don't know what we are doing, they don't have the information, and they will never have the information. And even if they do, they will never support Biafra. And we don't expect everybody to support Biafra. Like I've said previously, even this Finland, when they voted 88 over 100, you know how many that voted for Finland Declaration of Independence. So what I'm trying to say is that the United States, those Biafrans in the United States, all of you must understand that the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra in December is going to come with a heavy Cananu to the enemies, both the outside and within. And so we are going to be taking a little bit step forward to the Cananu that is happening presently. It is a must. So those who think that Simon Ekpa is laughing at them or laughing with them, my brother, don't look at this laugh and this face. I have always warned, if you follow this face, you'll be deceived. I am not here with a claim.
I want you to pay attention to this very part of the speech. Why I played this very video is to remind you, for some of us who are still pretending to be sleeping, in this very video, this very speech, on this very broadcast, Master Simon Ekpa lined up exactly what we are supposed to expect, what we are supposed to do after the declaration of the United States of Biafra, which we have today. Every single thing we are doing today is what Mazi Simon Ekpa really aligned. He named one after the other. And still, some people pretend not to have heard it. Even people who were in the cabinet meeting when these issues were discussed, today they pretend not to have heard it, and they are doing the opposite. I want you to pay close attention to this very part. I'm going to take it back a little bit so that you can be able to understand clearly what the Deputy Prime Minister is doing today and what to expect. It is very important. I want you to pay close attention.
Of them use it to do propaganda, which doesn't move us. Because the thing is that they don't know what we are doing in the village to come to Finland. You will be there to witness this thing yourself, how it is done. So, and then after that, you know, when I made a video the other day to explain to Biafrans, we will be expecting that immediately after the declaration, the police will disappear from Biafra. No, the military will disappear. Of course, most of them use it to do propaganda. Which
very, very important. You see, when Mazi Samuel talked about what to expect after declaration on what to do, he talked about the grievances, explaining about the grievances, that we're going to show the world the grievances, and documents will be generated from there, and United States of Biafra will be born. When he was making those comments and when he talked about taking over Biafra land, people made jest of it, just like they are doing today. When Dr. Ngozi Orebweze comes out and speaks the mind of the cabinet, what the Biafrans have decided to do and what they're going to do, some people make program and make jest of it. She talks about the survival whistle to create awareness. People make jest of it. But I bet you, whoever is making jest of it today, this is what they have been doing. Even when Mazi Samuel has been there, people today who claim to be fighting for Biafra today are doing a different thing altogether. And I want you to pay close attention for you to understand very well. Understand that these things you are seeing today did not start today. It started a very long time, and we are prepared for it. That is why those who are paying attention to the messages of Mazi Samuel all this while, when certain things happen in this time, you will not have to be surprised, because it is what is expected.
Declaration, and this different declaration we elaborated during the time of our convention in Finland. So when you come to Finland, you are going to have first-hand information, and you are going to read the history, be part of the history, and stay where the history is happening, so that you will not say they told you, or you will not say you watch it from the social media.
Is it not shocking that people who were part of it today, who were there, where the history was made, who penned down their signature in that history, people who were in Finland to witness it today, they are still denying the history, speaking against it, fighting against it, and talking against it, as if our Prime Minister knew that it will happen, and he was talking about it even before then.
Yeah. No, you are going to be there. Those who are privileged to come to Finland, you will be there to witness this thing yourself, how it.
They were there, they witnessed it, they saw it, how it was done, but yet they deny it.
It's done. So, and then after that, you know, when I made a video the other day to explain to Biafrans, who will be expecting that immediately after the declaration, the police will disappear from Biafra. No, the military will disappear. Of course, most of them use it to do propaganda, which doesn't move us. Because the thing is that they don't know what we are doing. They don't have information, and they will never have the information. And even
the same thing they are still doing today. Once the Deputy Prime Minister says a thing, they will use it for propaganda, they will use it for a joke, they will use it and do all what they want to say. And at the end of the day, we are not bothered. We keep on moving, following the structure put in place by the Prime Minister, Mazi Samuel, and we will continue.
If they do, they will never support Biafra. And we don't expect everybody to support Biafra. Like I've said previously, even this Finland, when they voted 88 over 100, you know how many that voted for Finland Declaration of Independence. So what I'm trying to say is that the United States, those Biafrans in the United States, all of you must understand that the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra in December is going to come with a heavy Cananu. Cananu to the enemies, both the outside and within. And so we are going to be taking a little bit step forward.
Cananu to the enemies, both outside and within. Cananu to the enemies, both outside and within, after the declaration of the United States of Biafra. Cananu within and without. That is what some of them were afraid of. When you hear about this Cananu within and without, it means a lot. Our Prime Minister Mazi Samuel was ready to touch so many things after this declaration, inside Complete sanitization. It's either you are with us or you're not with us. He prepared for it. That is why some of them went ahead. They couldn't bear it. They knew what was coming because they were part of the meeting. And today, when they saw that space for them to perpetrate their evil, just like some of them did during time was in Nnamdi, they began to show off themselves and continue to distract. But I bet you that Cananu is still going on and it will not stop, both inside and outside. That same template is still going on and nothing will stop it until we get to our destination.
To the Cananu that is happening presently, it is a must. So those who think that Simon Ekpa is laughing at them or laughing with them, my brother, don't look at this laugh and this face. I have always warned, if you follow this face, you'll be deceived. I am not here with a clean eye, fighting for Biafra, fighting against Nigeria Islamic State, fighting against the terrorist state of Nigeria, Ejira Anyoma, and Osa Nigeria. Don't look this face, it will deceive you. I want to assure you that in the coming weeks on this lockdown of Nigerian institution is going to be a litmus test of what is to come. We will continue to prove to Nigeria terrorist state that they have lost every legitimacy to govern anybody in Biafra territory. That's our target. There is no other target we have. The reason why this 1 month lockdown of Nigerian institution in Biafra land is to prove to them that they have lost the legitimacy. And if they try to bring those terrorists to kill our people and put it on Biafra people who are ready to take it upon them or take it with them, we are not going to move any inch backward, in the sense that when they try to kill people, they say, oh, Simon Ekpa put the lockdown, they are locking. That is what. If you make yourself a willing to, you have yourself to blame, and your family will ever regret allowing you to be used as a propaganda machine by the Nigerian state. Nothing is going to come out of it, I promise you. Do not fall a victim of the Nigerian state because of your hatred for freedom. Do not fall a victim of the Nigerian state because of the peanut you receive from the secretariat. Secretariat will be raised in time to come. I am telling you, we are still watching them. Let any secretariat open and you see what Biafra is going to do to that secretariat. That land belongs to us, and we dictate and decide how we use it. And after that, we will rebuild our land. So Biafra government needs your support to make sure that we achieve this particular step-by-step delegitimization of Nigeria until December, when we will have our convention in Finland.
This message is a power pack and very important. That is why once in a while I play it, because this is the structure of what will happen after the declaration of Biafra. Each time you watch this very program, just take a step backward, think and see. Just relax yourself and look through that very message. Who are those doing what Mazi Simon Ekpa have asked us to do today? Whose responsibility it is to carry out those operations that Mazi Simon Ekpa talked about there? And why are they doing it? Why are they not doing it today? Why are they not doing it? Among everyone that is in that cabinet, in the past and the present, who among them is now standing on this very mandate? This very structure that was laid down by Mazi Simon Ekpa. I leave the answers for you. Make investigations, watch the program over and over again. Then think within yourself and get the answer. When you do that, you will have no reason to be confused or be distracted anymore. Today, Biafra land is under lock and key, and Biafrans are sitting at home as we have agreed. And you have to understand and always know that the restoration of Biafra is not tied on an individual. The restoration of Biafra is not tied on an individual. It's not tied on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not tied on Mazi Simon Ekpa, on Dr. Ngozi Robese. The restoration of Biafra is the responsibility of every single one of us. We will continue, regardless who stands and who falls.
People will be falling out and people will be falling in. People will be taken out and people will be coming in. They will not stop us. If you think that the restoration of Biafra is tied on a particular individual, you are making a great mistake. We have proved it when they took away Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We prove it when they take away Mazi Simon Ekpa, and we will prove it again, no matter what happens. Our target is freedom, and we must be free. You are welcome, my beloved brother Maxwell. Go ahead and speak to us, bro Max. Let's hear you out. Happy
Thank you so much. The same to you from here. Thank you so much for having me, and may God bless this day, Monday, the first day, the second day of the week. In the hands of our God, may God bless you all that are here today to listen to us. May God bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May God bless Simon Ekpa. May God continue to direct the affairs of Biafra, United States of Biafra, under the leadership of Dr. Ngozi Arabueze and her adjutants. I'm so happy to be here. Remember, I am still your Okene, space talking from the beautiful city, a little beautiful city of Bolgatanga in Upper East region, Ghana, bordering Burkina Faso, the southern part of Burkina Faso, where our brothers and sisters, my aunties, uncles, and the rest of them are also residing. It is good to be here. Happy sit at home to each and every one of you. For those that have taken it upon themselves to show that civil disobedience to the criminal status quo, may God continue to bless you. Do not think of what you are going to lose for just today, 12 hours or 24 hours in case of those people that are running 24 hours business. Think of the liberty. Think of what is attached to what you are doing. Your freedom. Your freedom. That is what you should look at. Not how much you are going to make, how much you are going to lose simply because you are sitting at home today. It's a fight to finish. And remember, just like the topic says, Biafra is not tied to me. Biafra is not tied to Mazi Chuks or Namoche Craig, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa. It is your action. The positivity of your action is what is needed. As you can see, General Effiong and late Ojukwu, they have gone, but Biafra is still here with us. That is to tell you that Biafra is not tied to any individual. Even if, God forbid, that we did not get Biafra today in our own generation, you will see other children coming behind us as well, fighting for the same thing. But I believe that we will do that work that they're supposed to come and do. They will do. We will do the job for them. And when they come, they will begin to consolidate on what we have achieved in this Biafra. I wouldn't want Biafra to exist this generation. The generation of ours, I want it to come. I want our people to be free. I want the occupying forces on our land, my mother's ancestral land, to be removed. They must be removed. Like this video you are saying, you played it right now, Mazi Chuks. There are some of them that went there, not in spirit, they went there on their own human body. When you say Biafra is a spirit, these people were not engulfed by the spirit of Biafra. They went there in human form and not in their heart and the spiritual nature of what they believed in. They believe in what they are going to get. That is what they believe in. They believe in the resources that they were getting through group means. They are thinking of how they are going to be the head that will be calling the shots. They were thinking of what they are going to enjoy. What do you people call it the fame. That is what they were looking for. Oh, I am representing Biafra. I am the deputy prime minister. I am the overlord of Biafra. I am the controller of Biafra. I am the deputy prime minister or assistant prime minister, whichever one they call it. They were fighting for their individual pockets. They were fighting for their own personal aggrandizement. And that was the reason why when you saw a video, I saw a particular video, you see how people were rejoicing. But there are a particular group in that picture that were not even, it was like they were not even there. When others were waving the flag, shouting for the declaration, joyous and so filled with happiness, these people were just sitting down there. I think about 3 or 4 of them, they were just sitting down there. These people did not believe in what was done that day. They had their own motive, they had their own authority motive. And immediately, and that is the reason why the Igbo people said, no matter how you hide the smoke, it must surely find a way to come out. Today, the smoke is out, and we are looking at them. But glory be to God that they cannot stand against the spiritual aspect of Biafra, which I and you belongs to. We must do whatever that we can. Biafra is our own. Own it, have it, do everything in order to make it come. And that is where I am. Our land must not be allowed to be, run over. Our land must not be allowed to be taken away from us. As long as they did not take it away from those before us, we must not allow them to take it from us. Otherwise, we'll be cursed. We must continue to fight the evil that is on our land and those within, because they are the worst. Look, let me tell you, let me use Ibrahim Traore, Burkina Faso, as an example. I was in a platform yesterday when we were discussing, I was defending my kids and kin that are in the other side of the border called Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso is surviving today simply because he had the support of the people that surrounds him. Some of them that are in Ghana here. Do you know that, Mazi, that they have a dry port in Ghana? They have their transit port in Ghana here. All their weapons and the heavy machines that they use for their own development in their place all passes through Ghana. They pass through Ghana. I have a lot of friends from there. Majority of them that I can count, close to about 200 and something of them, they have gone back. When I call this one will tell me, say, oh, I'm gone back to Burkina Faso to defend my land. I am going to, and these are people that are rich. They are well-to-do. These guys are well-to-do. In Ghana here, they are well-to-do. Their houses alone, the vehicles and the resources that they, within their, will tell you that these people are well-to-do. When I tell you that someone is well-to-do, that's those people are well-to-do. They have all gone home. They have all gone home to support that 32, 36-year-old young man that is there, pulling the strings, dragging the bottom of France, especially, and their cohorts. They have all go home. But when you come to Biafra, there is no, let's say, rival group that is challenging Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso. In Ouagadougou, there is none. Our border with them, Dakola, there is none. No. They are all for him. Where you see stupid people organizing protests, it's in France. Those people that they can pay, those gullible that they can deceive. This is how people fight for their own country. The other day I was in a different platform to an American, Black American platform, where some guys from the western part of Nigeria, the Ronu bastards, were telling Ibrahim to go and align with the drug baron so that he will be safe. Your own country, you have not succeeded in protecting your own country. Foreign mercenaries and armed Fulani headers are coming to your place to ransack your land, and they are virtually occupied all your forests in the west. You run helter-skelter in Kwara State. There is another one there now that is wreaking havoc. They call Mamuda. You cannot fight them, but you will now be supporting General Michael Langley on how they are going to arrest Ibrahim Traore. Let them come to Burkina Faso and arrest Ibrahim Traore. If they are man enough, let them go there and go and arrest him. This man has survived more than 19 coups and assassination attempts. That is what they do to you when you stand against them. That is what they are doing to Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when you stand against these globalists that are pulling the strings of this world, that's what they will do to you. Ibrahim Traore is lucky to have 3 other countries that they are working with. That is Mali and Niger Republic. And they have, in as much as I have my reservations on Russia, USSR, at the time when they fought, when they joined hands to fight the Biafran people, they have never colonized any African country. They do their things on equal basis. Ajokuta Steel complex in Nigeria, who are they? The people that built it, was it not Russians? On equal basis, they transact business with you. They don't come to intimidate and to take you. But I still have my reservation for what they did on the side of Nigeria and Britain to kill over 3.something million Biafrans. But they are now supporting Ibrahim Traore. Most of the foiled coups and detection of these assassins paid by France and their allies to kill, to murder Ibrahim Traore has been exposed and leaked by the super KGB intelligence that is working with Ibrahim Traore. That is why they are failing. I don't know when we are going to get such support. I don't know when Biafra will get such support. If Biafra will get such support, Nigeria will vacate Biafra land in just 1 week. You did it in 1967 when they said, oh, that Biafra is going to be a walk in the park. With God on your side, with God on our people's side, then they did what they did. They showed the world that they could resist. Just like I heard from one of the Yoruba man, an elder statesman. If not the support Nigeria got, the world they thought that they are going to just, overrun Biafra, Ojukwu and his people, and Ifeanyi. They were shocked to their bone marrows. It took them 3 years plus. And without the external support that they garnered, for themselves there, they wouldn't have. We will be singing in Biafra land today. But God knows why it happened that way. I believe that whatever that happens, like the Ephesians says, that in all things work it for good to them that love God. Whether it's bad or good, we must, accept that God is working. And he knows the reason why things are happening this way. Humanly, we might not know, but he knows what is going on. And what you see, the evidences, and all those things that are manifesting today amongst us, I believe is one of the reasons God is still wanting to expose some of these people that are standing against the wishes of the Biafran people, the generality of the Biafran people. Thank you so much, Mazi.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that wonderful contribution. Thank you for you have spoken well. Let's hear from our brother Greg. Brother Greg, go ahead and speak to us. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mazi and my brother Wunda. My greetings to you all.
Good morning, sir.
My greetings to all the Biafrans all over the world. As our prayers go to our PM, Mazi Monekman, may God be with him, sustain him, keep him, strengthen him, and prepare him to speak for him before the Finland court. And the same time, tomorrow is there for our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We pray that God will go ahead of him. The same God that say, if they bring us before any judge, we should not be afraid of what we shall say, that what we shall say will come from him. So whatever they will be hearing tomorrow will be of God, that Nigeria cannot stand, neither will the judge stand it. So that is our prayers for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the barristers that is going there with him by tomorrow. May the hand of God and the Spirit of God go ahead of them to speak.
See?
We thank God for today. In my city here, we thank God we are seeing His sun is shining today. So it's a great day, great Monday. My greetings to the Biafra Liberation Army. May God keep them, protect them, and send His angels to fight for them and fight for Biafra land.
See?
And thank you, all the Biafrans. Yes, I concur with the video I witnessed. I just come in and I just see this video of our PM talking, marshalling out all that he had planned for Biafrans immediately after Biafra is being declared. And I still thank God that Ngozi Rebeze is still alive. Thank God that he is still doing what she can do. Even though immediately when Biafra was declared, the enemy crippled in. The evil one came in immediately, not knowing as we were planning, as our PM was planning, that we are planning. And he was sitting with enemies, thinking that he have enough people that is standing on his side, thinking that people who he's sending to go and represent him in many places, that those people were for him, thinking that those people were for Biafra, thinking that all the people that he handed over both home and abroad, that they all fully in support and they are really full standing for Biafra. So little did he know that as he is fighting, thinking he's fighting with some reasonable people, some of them were busy planning what they would do to the PM. All our fears was that let people not come to this declaration and stab him and kill him. So as the Nigerian government was planning with those evil people to kill him in this declaration, and they were fighting everything, every corner, planning that no person will succeed in stabbing the PM or doing him any harm. When they see that those areas were so tight that they cannot succeed, now what do? They tell Nigerian government that the PM is very, very serious. You know, this boy, whatever he say, he do. The people he was working in together with in the government, they were telling him that Prime Minister were not joking. That every single word they had him said, he meant it and he's going to carry them out.
the Nigerian government have no option than to go and bribe the wife of Nnamdi and Bianco, no, and all the politicians with all the criminals in DOS and their co. They started writing petition that is not that doesn't have credibility. They started bribing Finland. They started planning a lot of evil, cooking evil against the PM without evidence or any atom of evidence. So, but I know that it is not, it has not been too late, that those things he planned will still come to pass. Because the man he put everything he knew. He is a military man. He went to military training, and he know what he has on the ground for military to act. He know all his plans. But little did he know that there were evil people who will make sure that those plans will not come as he planned it. That is what they did. When he was taken away from us, they gang up on 48 hours to do what they want to do. They started both home and abroad to make sure that everything that he planned will not come to stand. They fought to make sure that the Biafra will not be declared. They make sure that they destabilize the military Biafra army in the hometown. They make sure that they cripple the account, the finance. They make sure they destabilize the cabinets and all the branches all over the world. They make sure that those things, they want to put confusion everywhere. So when all these things start happening, it gives us a little bit slow. It gave us a little bit slow because it was a very big blow. The whole world was already Nigeria was already panicking from what they know that will be coming. So that was part of it. But today we are getting up again. We are getting up again to come back to the original plan. So whatever they do will not stop it. It will only delay, but it will not stop to actualize all the plans of the PM. That is why every time I come onto this program, I will say, thank God that Biafra was declared on that 29th. Because till today, those people that said that Biafra cannot be declared, they have not telling us what they know, that we didn't know that makes them to say that Biafra will not be declared. Those people that said there was no money in the account, they didn't tell us what they know, that we didn't know that what happened to the money that the whole Biafrans contributed. Both the people who were giving out both the people who bought the finance that were coming, PM was fighting tooth and nail to make sure that immediately after the declaration there would be no excuse. After that, there was no account. What we had was that Biafra don't have any money. They have not told us what happened. Till today, they have not told us why they stopped the military from acting. Till today, they didn't tell us why they want to take PM position under 48 hours. They have not told us what they know that we don't know. So these are the things. Anytime they play I see a clip you played now. It taught me so much. How a man will suffer for all these years, and somebody will just come from somewhere and make sure he put brake on the acceleration that he have started. So, but thank God for that. I'm not talking about the people who doesn't want Biafra. So those ones that didn't want Biafra, by special grace of God, things will start to come up, and that's Biafra, they don't want, they will see it coming up one day. So they will not be able to stop it. They cannot stop it today. They cannot stop it tomorrow. So the only thing we will be talking every time we come here is to quicken our people to have the same mind of the Burkina people, who, yes, determined to be free. Let the mind of the Biafrans come to Burkina Faso people. Just like this, my brother said. So some of them that we are living in Ghana started going back and say, we want to go and defend our land. Yes, because they love their land to be free. But many of us are living here in the Western world. Nobody have started telling them to come home because our Biafrans too much love themselves, because they believe they make money, and that money have turned to be their God, and that money have turned to be the everything for them, not even freedom. So they worship money, not knowing that freedom worth more than money. As you don't have freedom, you have nothing. Look at many people now that you live in US, that Trump are telling some of them now, you have to go home. If they have made billions in US and they have free papers, what that their billions makes no sense. They tell you now you must go to your land. You see that it's freedom that is matters all the time, more than the cash and those are talking about. So we have to have the same mind of the Jewish people who said, no, we will sponsor freedom in Israel. When the Israelites we are having problems, they don't have anywhere to go. They don't have the land of their own, just like Biafra don't have the land of their own today. And we are fighting, making sure that we occupy our land, because the foreigners are occupying the land. The Nigerian with all the terrorist Fulanis occupying our land, giving us conditions on how we can live. And those things are not touching our billionaires that are living in foreign land. What will it take you that you have $2 million, $3 million in your account, and your people are suffering? You cannot say, okay, let me give them $100,000. If I don't know why those people that have such money, it becomes a problem for them to help in the freedom of their people. They just say, it doesn't concern me. I am okay in United Kingdom. I'm okay in America. I'm okay in France and Germany. I'm okay in Holland and all the part of EU world, Australia. I'm okay. If the Biafrans want to die, that is their business. I'm not fighting for any freedom. Not, but I'm the mind that wherever you are a foreigner and you have no power. Your freedom have limit and your power have limit. But the freedom you have today is the one you have in your father's land. That is, nobody can question you if you be able to secure your father's land and you go there and nobody, when you are fighting, you will fight with everything, because that was belong to you. That is your inherited rights. Not a given right, but your inherited right. The one you join in the Western world is just a given right, but not inherited. So that your inherited right is not, it cannot equate to the right that is being given to you from any state or any country in the world. So we have to stand on our feet and make sure that those plans that Simon Ekpan and Nnamdi have on their mind, that those plans actualize. That is my message to them. I met one guy yesterday, some people yesterday, when one of our guy here, this child have a Holy Communion, we were invited. So one of them saw me there, he was telling me, what about Simon Ekpa? I tell him, I said, why ask him what about Simon Ekpa? He said, because this is obedient. I tell him, okay, what about Obi? Where is Obi? He asked me about what Simon Ekpa. Where is Obi? Say, yeah, because he was warning Simon Ekpa, because before they will carry that, they let not go and carry him and put him in prison. I say him, if you're the freedom fighter, what do you expect? That's what comes to a freedom fighting. Freedom fighting is not a cake where you just go and pick it and you eat. It takes a lot of risk. So Simon Ekpa is taking that risk on before you, and you are here laughing. Okay, if they did not give you a common presidency easily, is it Biafra they will give you easily? So that is how stupid you people are. They could not allow you to even to have 4 years as an Igbo person. And you are here now, woman up again that Obi will come out obedient. You want to go for another obedient again. They did not give you common presidency. They Biafra they will give you easily. So you think that when you just talk and want to go, they will just carry it and give to you. Okay, let them give you, you'll be president, let us see. So I don't know why our people are so stupid, you know. So that is what we are facing, but we will not relent. We will continue until we get to where we are going. There is nothing that will stop those dreams that these people worked day and night. It must surely come to pass. That is my message to Biafrans. Thank you. As I will be, let me stand aside and listen. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that amazing contribution, my brother. It is important that everyone should know that it's a special day, and Biafrans across the world are sitting at home today demanding for the unconditional release of Mazi and Kanu, the unconditional release of every Biafran political prisoner wherever they may be, demanding that wherever the Zoological Republic have anyone serving them in our territory, they should exit because they are illegal. Anybody that's in Biafra territory serving the zoo is standing there illegal, and it is unacceptable to continue to allow them to be there. So the earlier they realize that, the better for them. No amount of propaganda or blackmail will make us to change our mind. Nothing is going to drive us away from the pursuit of our freedom. It is something that we have determined to go for, and we will continue to go for it, for better, for worse. Our freedom is much more important than anything anybody can give to us as a gift. We value our freedom more than anything. For those who do not care about their freedom, we are not part of those. Even though they think it's impossible, sometimes when you look at it, it will look as if it is impossible for us to get our freedom. But I bet you, in the midst of those impossibilities, that is when Chukwu Okike Abiama does his wonderful work. For you that think it's not going to be possible, I want you to think again. Think again. If you're one of those who is thinking that, oh, this Biafra is not going to come, that is what they want you to think. That is how they want you to feel as a Biafran. And when you continue to project that negative energy, you are only empowering your enemy to continue to hold you down. Every one of us must remain positive and continue to sponsor and support Biafra positively. Tomorrow is going to be a very special day, and I bet you the appearance of Mazi and Kanu is going to make us see a miracle. It is going to be a lesson. It's going to be a turning point. Next month is going to be very, very special. It's a special month, and anything is going to happen. I want you to remain positive. When you think it is impossible, that is when you will see the handwork of Chukwu Okike Abiama at work. Whenever it looks like this thing is impossible, oh, we cannot do it, that is when you're going to see the possibility of what we are talking about. So wherever you are, do not give up. Do not give up, because that thing that seems impossible, Chukwu Okike Abiama is going to make it possible. Please, cooperate and do your own part, and let Chukwu Okike Abiama do his own part for us. That thing that looks impossible. You have made history today. By the power conferred on me as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, and after you have voted for the open gate for the Biafra freedom, which is 100% vote, this charter has become a law, and
we could stand together, fight for freedom now. No surrender.
This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose. An occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze.
Face many things we don't fall. Them took a Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them catch we still they strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity we hold the land.
It's very important we remind you that as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tomorrow, that everything must be put in place. We want to remind you of the stance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is standing tall and is not giving up, no matter what the enemies are doing, no matter what they say. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is standing his ground. And I want you to pay attention to remind you the stand of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu while he was with us. Please pay attention to this very video. You will see the answers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Consistency personified. That is what you are going to see tomorrow. So let us pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and let us hear. Watch this very program closely. Watch this video that I'm about to play closely. You will know his stand, and that is where he remains. Consistency is the key. Let us watch.
What does Biafra mean?
It means freedom, liberty, fairness, equity, and justice.
In practical terms, these are very good sounding words, but in practical terms, what does Biafra mean?
Confederation.
So, a weak center,
very weak,
very strong regions.
Absolutely.
Have you had a change of mind, therefore, about getting an independent Biafra? Because that's what I seem to be hearing.
No, I've not changed my mind, no. An independent Biafra means going back to where we were before the white man came.
Okay, so you're not talking about a federation. When you say a confederation, you're not talking about a federation as part of Nigeria. You're talking about total independence.
Absolute independence.
Complete independence. Now, is there anything that can happen that will make you change your mind about this particular direction?
No.
So it is either Biafra or nothing else?
Or death, yes.
Or death?
That's good.
If push comes to shove,
yes,
will you go to war?
No, because truth is a far more potent and deadlier weapon than bullets and mortars.
So truth. No war? You've ruled out the...
Absolutely, I don't believe in war, no. No war. When I say Biafra order, I'll keep pushing. Either I am alive, I die in the process, I won't stop. allow me to repeat, if you don't mind, had sovereign national conference been convened by the powers that be, where every ethnic nation, I said every, I don't care if there are 600, I don't care. Everyone is
all the 500 plus.
Everyone together to say this is, or others can delegate, I don't know, powers to other people to attend on their behalf. Sit down to say, what type of country do we want? Sit down, discuss, agree. I can begin to perhaps submit to your position.
Is it too late?
It is way too late. They've killed too many people. They've ruined too many lives. They've wasted too many souls. How do we bring those people back?
If the federal government, given the agitation that is going on, becomes convinced that, you know what, these people have a point, it is time to actually address all these issues, and they begin to systematically address some of these issues, would you change your mind?
No, because of the deceptions of the past.
No trust.
No trust. Aburi was there, it was negotiated. Nothing happened. 1968, if I recall. And the confab report, what became of it? How about the 3 R's? Reconciliation, reconstruction, and heaven knows what else. What became of them? Nothing. Calabar Seaport is not working. Can you tell me why it's not working? It's a seaport used by the colonial masters. Why is it not working today? How about Iguacha Seaport? Why is it not being used? Why not worry? Why must we allow only Lagos to function as a viable seaport? In England, where I used to live, you had Liverpool, you had the Sun, which is Portsmouth, Southampton, everywhere. You had harbors and ports. So why must you have only one?
I've heard people say these are very valid arguments, and that these are things that are to do with bad governance. So the average Biafran, to use your phrase, or Igbo man in the Igbo, is facing poverty much in the same way that the average guy in Yobe State is facing poverty. And so these are issues of governance. You don't agree with that?
I agree completely.
Okay. So if that is it, why isn't the agitation about tackling the problem, which is ensuring good governance, perhaps starting from locally? Because part of the allegations against you is that you don't confront your political leaders in the East, and you'd like to blame Abuja for everything.
Because the way I would want to solve a problem is not how a Fulani man would want to solve it.
You really believe this is an ethnic thing, and the approach is different?
No, the approach is different. No, it's not ethnic. It is more to do with value system.
Right.
The way you may want to solve a problem could be markedly different from how I do mine.
What is the geographical makeup of Biafra, as far as you are concerned, this Biafra that you want? So for example, if we're doing a referendum, where will that referendum take place? Is it only the 5?
It's on, no.
It's okay.
It's on, which is River State, Bayelsa, Delta, Anambra, Imo, Enugu, Ebonyi, Cross River.
Akwa Ibom?
And Akwa Ibom, of course.
Right.
Those are the coasters. Basically.
Bayelsa?
Yes. Southeast and South-South without Edo State.
Without Edo State.
That's correct. And then including Igede, Idoma.
Right, the Benues. So the Igalas and part of the Kogi State, right?
Yeah.
Nyosom Wike, the governor of the governor of River State, made a statement, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, and said, you know, you should not be including River State
it's for
and the
River State to decide,
people.
not him. I can't decide for Biafrans. You have to go and vote and convince the whole world that they want Biafra. It's not for instance, it's only one man, one vote.
What if they're not even willing to take part in the referendum? Because I've had people from the South, for example, from Bayelsa. I've had people from Cross River. I think there's a famous actress, Kate Henshaw, for example, wrote a long piece about why people of the South don't want to be dragged into a place called Biafra. You're saying, regardless of what they say, you want a referendum in those parts?
Because I know the majority of the people want a referendum. I was in Iguacha yesterday.
How do you know?
I was there yesterday. I was in Iguacha yesterday. you call Port Harcourt. I was there yesterday. I should have been there to see what happened.
Now,
they were delighted to see me. I'm sure you know that. It's all over the place. They're very happy to see me. I bet Kate Henshaw wouldn't get such reception. Where she to go to?
She's a big, popular Nollywood actress. I wouldn't necessarily...
And we are not going to stop. I want the world to understand me very clearly. We are not going to stop. It doesn't matter what it takes. It doesn't matter how many lives they extinguish. It doesn't matter the genocidal tendencies they bring with them into our land. We are not going to stop. Everybody listening, everybody watching, everybody remotely interested in justice and peace must understand this. Our destination is freedom, and that very place we're heading to is Biafra. And nobody, no soul on this earth can stop us. Instead of Biafra not to come, we all perish. I want our adversaries, our enemies to understand this very, very clearly. We are not going to retreat, not one iota, not 1 inch, because Biafra must come. Because the hatred has continued to this very day. As I'm speaking and addressing all of you right now, they are still arresting, extrajudicially murdering people in our land, people who are alien to our culture, our way of life, our tradition. They are in our land directing their people to slaughter, to kill without mercy. Unfortunately, those we regard as political leaders have connived with these people to ensure the decimation of their own population. That is the type of nonsense we can no longer condone, as you all know.
Mgbe Usman Dan Fodio buru agha nke ya wee bata wee gbugide ndị ugwu wee gbuchie ha wee were ana ha, akụkọ ahụ ihe a na-akọrọ anyị akọgide aka ka Usman Dan Fodio si wee gbuchie ndị ugwu o wee bụzi ya datina onye sizi n'ugwu Awụsa wee pụta mụọ agụ ụrọ n'ala Igbo isisi agbakwana ejekwana dị ọgụ na ọ na-agbakwa daga maka ọrụ ihe a kọrọ anyị ndị a were egwu onye Awụsa mụọ agụ ụra ịgbachi ya nkịtị maka na ịma na ọ ga-ama gị daga ana ọmacha gị daga ahụ nwe ihe ị ga-eme ndị a wee were ụjọ wee jide anyị wee na-dagbuo onye ugwu mee gị ihe ịgbachi nkịtị ị na-edi ya mana onye nwanne gị bụ onye Igbo mee gị ihe onwe Biafra mee gị ihe isi ka egbuo ya nkịta nke echi maka na ịma na ọ naghị ama daga. Aga m agwa unu na daga anyị kịta abụrụzi against ndị Igbo, daga anyị kịta bụ against ndị ahụ bịara be anyị igbu anyị wotu Usman Dan Fodio style. A ga-ama ha ivu eva n'ụwa niile a daga niile ha malụ n'ugwu Awụsa anyị ga-amakarịa ha nwasef ebe a ka anyị nọ amachazi ya ewerezi onwe ya. We will now begin to idozi ana anyị dozi ana Igbo dozi ana Biafra ọ dịla anyị mma maka na ihe anyị na-achọ ka ọ dị onye ọbụla na mma ka ihe niile a na-eme na-aga aga. Onye nwere isi ọgụgụ ọ gụọ, onye nwere isi eji alụpụta ihe o mee ya na-arụ ya na-afọ ya n'anya na-eme kọmpetishọn n'ọhịa ọhịa na-eme ka ụwa dị mma. Onye ọbụla na-egoli ndewonu. One thing people don't know is that we, this current generation fighting for Biafra liberation, we understood something that many people don't understand in the past. We understand that power, every power is given by God. So why do you discriminate other power, whether evil or good? I want you to understand that this particular freedom we are fighting, if we do not push Nigeria out of our land, we will never have peace. Nobody ever thought of why the devil, why the Satan, or whatever it's called, why was Satan pushed from the heaven to earth? For peace to be in heaven, for peace to reign. Because if devil or Satan is still in heaven, according to Bible, do you think you'll be struggling to go to heaven today for Christians? You will not. Nigeria said it's going to be a London to what the heaven will look like. If devil is Satan is still there. So I want people to think towards this particular. So it is the same thing with Nigeria. Any time and any day you wake up in Biafra land and see there is still a presence of Nigeria in Biafra territory, there will never be peace. So we must chase Nigeria away, just the way God chased Satan from heaven. Back to where they come from. Everything in Nigeria, we will remove them. Educational system will be removed. Even the religious, the way they worship in Nigeria, oh my God, you need to see our constitution. So what I'm saying is starting from the constitution of the Biafra, the United States of Biafra. So we need to chase Nigeria just like they chase Satan from heaven to wherever they belong to, for peace to reign and return in our land.
You have heard the clear message from our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. It is straight, and I want you to hear this one. I'm about to play one of his programs that will blow your mind. Please pay attention. As you are watching, share this program to all platforms as we are waiting for the appearance of Mazi Nnamdi in the court tomorrow. You must prepare your mind for anything possible. You must prepare your mind. Don't allow their shenanigans to catch you. Don't allow their emotional blackmail to catch you. Every emotional blackmail they will present tomorrow, we are going to trash it. That is why we are preparing today. So please watch this space program of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. Listen carefully from the beginning to the end. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome everyone to this emergency media press.
Comfortable in this amalgamation. We are no longer comfortable in this conquest. We are no longer comfortable in this injustice, in this faulty foundation. And we say it is time for redress after decades. And of course, as we all know how government works all over the world from history, somebody have to rise up to brutally, ruthlessly resist them, especially when the government become evil, like Nigeria. Somebody have to get up and lead that change. And that's exactly what we are doing today. Like they have done it in America and other parts of the world. America took the bull by its horn in 1776 against the same people we are fighting today in Prosi. And that's exactly why it is important that you know the diplomatic wave of the Biafra government today. In the past weeks, the Biafra government has met notable decision makers in the United States, Washington, D.C., on a diplomatic consultation over the Biafra Common Declaration in Finland. And of course, this consultation continues, including consultation with the high-level individuals across Asia, and of course Africa as well. Like you all know, last week, the officials of the Biafra government met with dignitaries, policymakers, decision makers, including the Speaker of the House of Representatives of the United States of America. We will continue to educate them on the need for Biafra to become an independent state. We will continue to educate them on the need to support the declaration of Biafra. We will continue to educate them on the need to also support the Biafra self-referendum, because Nigeria thought by locking the door of the constitution, they have defeated everybody. But we are smarting them. So this consultation will continue even after the declaration of the 2nd of December 2024, until those who have what it takes to pursue and support the recognition of Biafra will understand the need for them to do so. My fellow Biafrans, I want you to understand one thing, that the civil disobedience that we have used for the past 3 years have yielded the exact and even more than the result we required and we expected from it. And you know, with all the propaganda, the blackmail they use trying to demonize our people, demonize them, not to continue to sit at home, they failed. And let me tell you, you know, one of the things they usually come with is that, oh, you are destroying the economy. Oh, the sit at home, because of the sit at home, they have lost billions in the South. Now, let me make it very clear today. Any day they come with such nonsense, ask them, when the sit at home was not there, they were making this billion. What have they done with the billions? Ask them, what have they done with the billions? And what have the sit at home now done to stop that thing that we're doing with the billions? Ask them, what have they done when the sit at home was not there and they were generating these billions? Did they use it to build road? The answer is no. Did they use these billions to build hospital? The answer is no. Did they use this billion to build social amenity for you? The answer is no. Did they use this billion to give you national insurance scheme? The answer is no. Did they use this billion to give you free education? The answer is no. Then why are they now so worried about losing these particular billions to the sit at home? Do you know who it is affecting? It's affecting them. That billion they were looting is what they cannot loot again. And everybody is hungry. All of them.
Ask them, how have this sit at home destroyed ordinary man's economy? They were not sharing those billions with them. How have this sit at home or this billion that they are talking about affect an ordinary man who goes out and sell market and feed his family? And if he didn't go tomorrow, he will go the next day to sell and feed his family. It doesn't affect them. And that is why our people discover that actually it is very, very effective. They keyed into it. The people that are subjugating our people to slavery were the one shouting and crying of economy. The economy that the common man never benefited from. The economy that a common man will never benefited. Before they could train their children in school, they will suffer and suffer and suffer. Why these people are making billions through the revenue that they generate from different states. Today, they are losing that revenue and they are crying of economy. I want you to understand also that for those of them today that are surprised of the wave that the Biafra government is making globally, using our lobbyists from different dimensions that we are using for the liberation of Biafra, they are surprised. They call it fake. They say it's a photoshopping. You can imagine. We will be posting Speaker of House of Representatives of the United States of America. We post it on Twitter, our finance minister. And so, as we are today, as a government, we will now be posting fake image of high, top-ranked officials of the United States of America on Twitter, claiming that we met them. This is the level of idiocy of the people who have been shouting Biafra for many years. Because that's what they did, actually. Of course, they cannot even Photoshop reasonable people. But most of the things they posted for many years were all Photoshop. Many of them, everything is Photoshop. The Photoshop that I said I'm going to bring sheep, they use it to feed their ego, feed themselves on social media. The Photoshop where I posted the guy that died in Russia, which I have refused to make a video to today. The Photoshop, everything about them is Photoshopping. That was how they were fighting Biafra. Now, that's why nobody ever took them serious. But today, we are not in Photoshopping in the government. Everything is real. I went to the office of the president of Finland to submit a document. Then, that was like 2 years ago, they say it's fake. And with my level in Finland, I will be posting that I submitted a letter to the office of the president of Finland and it is fake. I brought even acknowledgement from the office of the president Niinisto, the former president, that they have received the letter where I was appealing to them to support the Biafra independence. They acknowledge the receipt of that letter with evidences of Nigeria, violation of Biafra rights, and this criminals, political pressure group IPOB Nigeria, they say is a fake. I want you to understand that they remain criminals and fake. They remain Nigeria political pressure group. Otherwise, under IPOB Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he was looking for 100 men. With all the idiots scattered all over the world shouting IPOB, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was looking for 100 men. Do you think he was actually wrong? Do you think Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was wrong to be shouting for 100 men on Radio Biafra, where these illiterate will littered everywhere, doing container shipping with IPOB money? Is it that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was wrong for saying, I need 100 men, where they have all these market women? If market women, I don't want to belittle the market women, they're actually very hardworking. But today, when we say that we are not going to use lobbies, we're not going to waste money on lobbies, was when we do not have the foundation. Was when there was nothing to show. You don't go and start paying lobbies when you don't have anything on ground. That was what this political pressure group did, only to just entice people and scam their fans of their hard-earned money. That was what they did. They deceived Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be paying 80,000. Even those people paying that money, $80,000, they were doing about a year with the same lobby. How many Biafrans know that the same lobby firm that were paying 80,000 was the same lobby firm that was defending Okonjo Iweala? The same time they were defending Okonjo Iweala, and at the same time IPOB was paying them $80,000. And you think they actually received that money? Now ask yourself, with this their so-called lobbies, can they bring one picture of them meeting anybody in Washington, D.C. I want to share a story. The reason the $80,000 lobbying firm, whether they actually paid that money or not, the reason why that particular agreement was revoked was because of Okorafor, Uchenna. Uchenna Okorafor, the secretary to Onyendu, wanted to be part of the meeting of this lobbyist, and she participated in that meeting few times. Do you know who is the chairman of the lobbyists like representing IPOB? Do you know? Now let me tell you. The person who was in charge of the IPOB lobbying group is called Ogbuehi. Ogbuehi that doesn't know nothing in America. Ogbuehi was the one in charge of from the IPOB group. Ogbuehi was the one in charge, telling the lobbyists that he is the representative of the IPOB. Uchenna Okorafor went to the meeting several times. Ogbuehi will sit there and say nothing. In fact, nothing was being said, nothing was being discussed. That Uchenna Okorafor wanted to raise an objection that this payment of $80,000 or whatever they were paid, that the money is being thrown into ocean. They started fighting her. This was happening, bam! And Onyendu was kidnapped. Now, Oyibo came on board. Giddy. Hired another one they call Allen White. We did the shambolic agreement. He started paying $60,000. This time, I was the one preparing documents for Allen White. I was the one, Simon Ekpa, was the one preparing, filing annexes, evidences of the Nigeria human rights violation against Biafra people. I was the one compiling documents day and night. I didn't sleep. But they were the one receiving $60,000. Nothing. The first annex, I filed it. The second annex, I filed it. Working with somebody in Strasbourg. I am sharing this story because I don't think I've shared this story ever. At a point, I questioned why $60,000 is being paid, because I am doing this job by writing and compiling these evidences as an annex. I will do it. They will tell me to do it again. I will do it. And they will have some kind of proofread these annexes up to 5 times. I will not sleep to make sure that these annexes met the standard requirement of the ICC. At the end of the day, they will pay them $60,000. I begin to question Oyibo before she begin to say, okay, now maybe we are going to stop paying them. Why am I telling this story? Then I said, we will never hire lobby. We will do this ourselves until further notice. Because you don't hire lobbyists when you don't have any structure. You don't hire lobbyists, and what are they going to be telling the people you are meeting? Oh, that you are from Biafra land, you are fighting for freedom. What exactly are you going to show? To show how serious you are. Discussing with the people, if you actually have the opportunity to meet the people. What are you going to present to them? That you are carrying flag on the street? Is that what you are going to present to them? Or that Nigeria is killing you? No! I know what I am doing. I have the template to get there. I said nobody will hire lobbyists until the right time comes. And the right time is when we have put every structure in place, including the government institution, which includes the Biafra Liberation Army, Biafra forces. Though these are part of the government institution that must be put in place. Because as we are doing this, we will not sit down and watch Nigeria kill our people and to use their picture to go to the ICC. No, we will defend ourselves as much as possible. Then we decided to start preparing for the defense of Biafra. If you remember, we started preparing for the defense of Biafra. Then the Biafra government in exile came on board. Before then, a lot of things that happened on the ground. Yet, we decided to have the first ever convention, convention internationally. First. IPOB Nigeria never did it. First ever international Biafra convention where declarations were made, where alliances were signed, and it became part of the history of the struggle. After that, we begin to put in place all the institutions of the government, department, ministries. We begin to appoint ministers, cabinet members, and all that. And of course, we begin to officially defend ourselves, engaging the Nigerian terrorist army. Head on, iron to iron, gun to gun, and they're hearing it. Now, After we have achieved all these things, we also did not just achieve them, we also defined the Biafra map. Because if you want to go and do lobby, the people that you are going to meet, if they're actually serious and real, they're first of all going to ask you, where is your map? That question that I've been asking all this while is actually the right question from the wrong people. Then we define our map. We did not just define our map, we also created the state. We allowed everybody on inside that map to define the boundaries of their state. And they did. They presented to me 40 United States of Biafra, which is the structure that we have even before the emergence of Wazirike and IPOB. I resurrected the plan of Ojoko, which is not known by anybody. Now, after that, when we see that the government is functioning very well, including, before I forget, including establishing the de facto government in the homeland, which gave birth to the map and the state structure. After that, we now say that, okay, we have achieved the criteria to be recognized as a state. You can never ever be recognized as a state under a political pressure group, according to international law. The law of Montevideo Convention make it very clear. The criteria you must attain to be recognized as a state. Under IPOB Nigeria, you can never qualify for that. Where is the structure? And that is what Mazi Nnamdi saw and told this idiot. Go and listen to Simon Ekpa. He is bringing a new dimension to this awareness we're making. Now look around yourself. Will you say there is no new dimension? Will you say that we are doing what we were doing since 10 years or 30 years ago? The answer is no. If he was so selfish, he wouldn't tell you to listen to me. If he was so stupid or self-centered, he wouldn't tell you to listen to me. He would think that I'm a threat. Because the time I wanted to interview him in my platform, those people who surrounded him and he was looking for 1,000 men fought against him coming to my platform. And he was like, are we still fighting for Biafra, or is there something they are protecting? If you see somebody that is better than you, bring him in. That was what Mazi Nnamdi did. They were saying, don't go, don't go, don't go. That night he was on call, or everywhere they are in the world, they were calling him. Don't go, don't appear, don't appear. Mazi Nnamdi was like, are we not fighting for Biafra again? Why they were calling him on phone? I was on the phone also with Uche Okorafor's mother. And I was listening and hearing Mazi Nnamdi on the phone. Don't go. He didn't take oath. Oh, that guy is a traitor. They have given us information from Finland. What information did they give to you from Finland? The information that Simon Ekpa is somebody in Finland. That was the information. Are they telling you that Simon Ekpa is a criminal in Finland? No. That Simon Ekpa is connected. That was the information. And for that reason, he will hijack everything. That was the information. But did he actually come to hijack? The answer is no. But Mazi Nnamdi saw somebody who will change the face of the agitation for Biafra. And he was happy. And today, that thing he saw in me is manifesting. And I told him and promised him, if you are ready, really, really ready to fight for this Biafra, I will be the first person. And you are ready to do anything. I asked him, are you ready to do anything on live broadcast to get Biafra? And before he answered me, I said, hold on. If you are ready, I will be the first person to follow you. Now, if Mazi Nnamdi approved doing anything for Biafra, why are they fighting what I'm doing today, which is actually anything? Ask them. Ask yourself. Why are the people who followed him fighting me when I am actually doing anything to get Biafra? Because he promised me that he will do anything to get Biafra. But of course, like I said, if they were actually with him, he will not be looking for 100 men.
Do not forget that statement. Mazi Nnamdi say, do anything to get Biafra. And Mazi Simon Ekpa was doing anything to get Biafra, and they were fighting him. Today, Dr. Ngozi Orebweze is doing anything and everything to get Biafra. And another group is fighting Dr. Ngozi Orebweze. I want you to know their styles and their way. Mazi Simon Ekpa was fought because he followed the instruction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Anything to be done must be done to free Biafra. And today, Dr. Ngozi Orobweze is doing everything possible, and they are fighting her. That should ring a bell in your ear. Those who have forgotten to fight about Biafra and they are fighting against their own sister. They have forgotten about fighting Biafra. Today, they are fighting against those who are seriously fighting for Biafra. They are busy pushing propaganda, blackmail, and campaigning against those who are doing everything and anything that will be done to get Biafra. Very strong instruction from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to do anything and everything. Mazi Simon Ekpa do everything and anything. Today, Dr. Ngozi Orobweze is doing anything and everything, and they are fighting her the same way they fought Mazi Simon Ekpa. That is why I post, to make you think back and remember this word. It's a strong word. Meditate over it as you are hearing it. Meditate over it.
I will be the first person to follow you. Now, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu approved doing anything for Biafra, why are they fighting what I'm doing today, which is actually anything? Ask them. Ask yourself. Why are the people who followed him fighting me when I am actually doing anything to get Biafra? Because he promised me that he would do anything to get Biafra. But of course, like I said, if they were actually with him, he will not be looking for 100 men. Where IPOB all over the world was contributing money and in millions of dollars. If I'm not mistaken, IPOB could have up to $5 million. Where is the money today? There is nothing, absolutely nothing to show for it. When we took over this agitation, now in liberation, there were no gun, not even AK-47. Everything you see Biafra Liberation Army using today, we bought it from scratch. We did not snatch gun from the terrorist army. Under IPOB, they were telling them to go and snatch gun. We did not snatch gun. We buy every single gun you see them using today. And of course, minus those ones we are manufacturing by ourselves. And it will continue like that. Then when we have decided that now we have met the requirement according to the Montevideo Convention to be recognized as a state, it is time to bring in the lobbyists. Because when you see them today, they say, oh, is he not the one who condemned lobbyists? Is he not the one who condemned IPOB saying he's not going to hire? Why should I hire lobbyists as a political pressure group? Now that you that have hired lobbyists and paid 80,000, which you did not actually pay, as a matter of fact, what did you achieve? Can you show me where the lobbyists arrange a meeting for any IPOB member in Washington, D.C.? The answer is no. Because the money, some of the money were actually never paid to them. But the people who were seated as the committee, which way he was leading, they know what happened to those 80,000 every month. Today, how much are we paying? We are paying $10,000 every month to lobbyists. And look at the result. You will know that the people who are lobbying for us are not after money. It's a public information. It is not hidden. But IPOB, they will hide it. Or IPOB Nigeria, not even IPOB, IPOB Nigeria. They will hide it. They say, oh, we don't want to. You see them telling you, oh, you're exposing your lobbyists. Why should we be hiding what we are doing for a nation, for a country, for independence? No need to hide it. And of course, now that we have met the requirement according to the Montevideo Convention, you know, some of them don't even know what is Montevideo Convention. They are just shouting, oh, let us go and outside and protest. During the time I interviewed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I read the Montevideo Convention and he was shocked. He was shocked. I want all of you to go and watch the interview I had with him. He was shocked when I read the Montevideo Convention to him, because I don't think any other person among them knew actually what is Montevideo Convention. I read the Montevideo Convention to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and go and listen to that interview and listen to the comment he made after I read that convention to him. He said, wow, you never knew that I knew this. I want you to go and refresh your brain. Watch it. I came to this Biafra prepared. I said that no, after me, I will handle freedom to the new generation. Nobody will fight for freedom again from Biafra land. That is what I'm doing. It does not matter. I said I will turn to a beast and still Biafra will come. So if you think that you have seen half of it, no. The harder Nigeria become, the more brutal I also become to free my people. I want you to understand that now that the Biafra government has met the requirement according to the international law to be recognized as a state, that is where our lobbyists now come in. So everything we are doing, you are going and presenting who you are to the people that can influence the recognition of Biafra. From the Washington, D.C., from Asia, from Europe, from Africa. You will go and show who you are. The government you are representing has a map. The government you are representing has conducted self-referendum. There are evidences everywhere of how the self-referendum is being conducted. We have recorded over 50 million votes. You can't beat that. That is what we call outsmarting the terrorist state of Nigeria. And they were taking us for a joke. Today, they are no longer taking us for a joke anymore. They are calling ICC to one man, Simon Ekpa. And they tell you, oh, the time they were catching Nnamdi Kanu, why didn't they make it public? Why would they make it public? Because they thought Nnamdi Kanu is the only person that was talking genuinely. And once they capture him, Biafra is dead. And of course, they celebrated the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu in Abuja, including the one some people were kneeling down thanking God in Lagos. Oh, they came every now and then to grant national interview on national TV that Biafra is dead. Let them see how they will rise up again. As that was happening, Simon Ekpa was somewhere observing them. Ejiofor promised them he's in charge of IPOB. Where is he today? He's gone. I want you to understand, mark my word now. Once Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is out, IPOB is gone, dissolved, completely dissolved. Mark my word. Every person today that is fighting me on the other side will be gone. I want you to mark this day. Mark this word I'm telling you now. Every one of them will be gone. As we are approaching the December declaration of Biafra, we will continue to push for the recognition of Biafra. At the same time, getting investors ready to invest in Biafra land. And when you hear them, when you see that they are everybody, I told you people that the propaganda is going to increase. Do not think that you have seen propaganda. No, you have not seen. Somebody like me, I am already cooked. But what about you? Just close your ear. You already know what you know. Close your ear, lock your heart. Propaganda is going to come. I told you people a few weeks ago. So if
Did you hear that? Propaganda is going to come. Today, are you not seeing propaganda? Propaganda from east, west, north, and south, from inside and outside, including telling us that they have deported, they are going to extradite Mazi Simon Ekpa, including telling us that he is sick. Some said he wants to commit suicide. Some say that he's sick. Some say he is no longer in Finland. Propaganda will increase. You have not seen anything yet, though. As a Biafran, prepare. More propaganda is on the way.
you think that what you see springing up on social media is going to end soon, my brother, you are in for a very long journey. It is actually now that the propaganda is starting because they have seen that I am not backing down. They have seen somebody that they have never seen in their life. You know, they say that I am not an Igbo man, that Igbo people don't have the heart I have. That is why we're different. They say, oh, I'm a Fulani, I'm wicked. I have to be wicked. If you're not wicked, you can't fight Nigeria. That was why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is where he is today. I learned from him, learned from other people that failed, and I'm here to end it. After I finish with Nigeria, believe me, the people that will be in the Nigeria side will never name their child Simon. Of course, they don't even have to name their Islamic state. They don't name their children Simon. But I'm just telling you that even those who love Nigeria because of corruption, and they are Christians, they will never name their church, Simon. That is what is going to happen. After I finish with them, I will be here. Biafra freedom will come from diaspora. I promised them for many years, since 2021, that I will bring the Biafra freedom from diaspora. I want you to look around yourself. Is it not coming from diaspora? They thought they have locked everywhere. If you go to Nigeria, they kill you. If you do, they will challenge you. Come to Nigeria, so we'll take you serious. Come to Nigeria. Because I will not come to Nigeria. If you want to die, go and put yourself in war. I will not come to Nigeria. I will be here to fight for my people, and I will be here and free my people from Nigeria. When Queen Elizabeth was controlling you in Nigeria and doing amalgamation, was she there? Was she there? Queen Elizabeth, the same London, was she there? I will do like her. I will be here and free Biafra, and then I will come to unify Biafra people after Biafra has been recognized. I will be here to fight because freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is coming from abroad. Freedom is coming from the United Nations. Freedom is coming from Washington, D.C. Freedom is coming from the European Union. Freedom is not coming from Africa. Freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is not coming from Abuja. Freedom is coming from America. It's coming from Europe. You don't know that, know it. No matter how sad and bad it sounds. But that is a fact. So why should I go to Nigeria where freedom is not coming from? It's coming from here. Thank you very much.
You have had a very mind-blowing message from our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. As we are waiting for the case of our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tomorrow, we will continue to do a revision. To revisit the past appearance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are going to revisit it so that we can know what to expect and what we have been seeing. Do not be deceived or distracted. Do not expect anything good from the Zoological Republic. That is why we will continue to make a refresh of what transpired in the past so that we do not forget. Let's watch.
In all this is judgment of the Supreme Court. It made it very clear that even that the impartiality of the judge is questionable. And is here. Where is it? Please do bear with me. It says it here. What is it, page? What is that again? Where it says page 18. All these things are online. Is it not page 18? All these things are online. So I suggest that the journalists in this country actually take out time to do some basic research. It's not difficult, just minor research. You will understand the vacuousness, the emptiness of all the charges against me. Page 18, right? Okay. They kept switching the charges. Yes. They said I committed this crime in England, isn't it? Yes. I made a broadcast in England. Yes. And in 9 charges leveled against me, this place where I committed this crime was London in the United Kingdom. Yes. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to try me. Because since this offense was committed in England, so they said, it's only a UK court that can give a Nigerian court the authority to proceed, isn't it? Yeah, based on that, they removed London. Based on that, they now amended the charge again and removed London. Location of the broadcast. Location of the broadcast. Contrary to section 196? 174 of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2022. In violation of their own laws. Violation of their own laws. And you want me to stand trial under such circumstances? Is that possible? Nnamdi Kanu to stand trial where all these shenanigans are going on? It's not possible. To be a travesty of the Igbo people. This orchestrated, almost global persecution of the people stops with me. It cannot happen. It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we're facing. It's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less. Yes. Thank you very much.
It is very important we know where we stopped and where we are going. That is why it is important to do this revision. Some of us do not know the vacuousness of this case. That is why I have to do this revision, as we are expecting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tomorrow in court, so that you will know what to expect. I want you to pay attention to every single thing that is said here, so that you can understand properly what is going on. Some of us do not understand. When we say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case in Nigerian court, it is not a propaganda, it's not a joke. We are not saying it to be happy or to make anybody happy. I want you to pay close attention to how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself explained it, for you to know where we are coming from and where we are going. Do not forget why we approach it.
In all this is the judgment of the Supreme Court. It made it very clear that even that the impartiality of the judge is questionable. And is here. Where is it? Please do bear with me. It says it here. What is it, page? What is that again? Where it says page 18. All these things are online. Is it not page 18? All these things are online. So I suggest that the journalists in this country actually take out time to do some basic research. It's not difficult, just minor research. You will understand the vacuousness, the emptiness of all the charges against me. Page 18, right? Okay. They kept switching the charges. Yes. They said I committed this crime in England, isn't it? Yes. I made a broadcast in England. Yes. And in 9 charges leveled against me, this place where I committed this crime was London, in the United Kingdom. Yes. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to try me. Because since this offense was committed in England, so they said, it's only a UK court that can give a Nigerian court the authority to proceed, isn't it? Yeah, based on that, they removed London. Based on that, they now amended the charge again and removed London. Location of the broadcast. Location of the broadcast. Contrary to section 196? 174 of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2022. In violation of their own laws. In violation of their own laws. And you want me to stand trial under such circumstances? Is that possible? Nnamdi Kanu to stand trial where all these shenanigans are going on? It's not possible. To be a travesty of the Igbo people. This orchestrated, almost global persecution of the people stops with me. It cannot happen. It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we're facing. It's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less. Yes. Thank you very much. Says I cannot be tried in Nigeria. That's the law of Nigeria. I can never be tried in any court of law in Nigeria. That's what the law says. Anybody standing in trial or coming to try me is a terrorist. That's what their law says. Not me. As simple as that. Section 2, subsection 3F of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. That's what it says. Any court considered to try me is committing an act of terrorism. Yes. Very clear. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then come to try that very person. Is not done anywhere in the world. So you must be aware of that. So that is why there is all these ridiculous delays. That is what Supreme Court said. I did not jump bail. My home was invaded. They came to kill me and I survived. They came to Kenya to kidnap me, brought me back to this country and seeking to try me, which the law says cannot happen. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then hope to stand on that illegality to conduct a trial. Is not done anywhere in the world. I have it in my case. Nobody has, there's no exception. No exception whatsoever. That's what the law says. Section 12 of your constitution, what does it say? Any treaty ratified by Nigeria becomes law. It's law. You cannot change it. It doesn't matter what they do. All these shenanigans is just pure rubbish. You never stand. Not with me. I believe in justice and fairness. That's all. Nigeria signed to survive, not to condition.
You heard it from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You just heard it. He made it very clear. All these revisions are very, very important because I want you Biafrans to know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu originally has no case to answer. They are intentionally holding him and detaining him. They continue to hold him. So, whenever you hear Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming to court, it's not as if he's coming to do anything. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can gain his freedom even without coming to court because his case has been settled. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case to answer, but the Zoological Republic government continue to hold him. I want you that tomorrow when he's coming to court, don't put any hope up at it. Whatever is going to happen tomorrow is what we have already known. It is what we have already known. If you continue to put your hope where there is no hope, then you begin to give yourself emotional problem. This is emotional blackmail they're using against Biafrans. You saw their senators come together and say, don't free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Senators from southeastern part of Nigeria came together and said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should not be freed. And tomorrow he's coming to court. What are you expecting? Do you want to see magic? Chukwu Okike Abiama can do anything by himself. That is where our hope lies. We don't have hope or faith in the court of the Zoological Republic because they are not for us. They are against us. I want you to hear once again the situation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for you to know he has no case. They are just intimidating him, abusing his human rights, and dehumanizing him. That is all they do. Here again.
In Nigeria, that's the law of Nigeria. Act says I cannot be tried in Nigeria. That's the law of Nigeria. I can never be tried in any court of law in Nigeria. That's what the law says. Anybody standing in trial or coming to try me is a terrorist. That's what their law says. Not me. As simple as that. Section 2, subsection 3F of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. That's what it says. Any court considered to try me is committing an act of terrorism. Yes. Very clear. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then come to try that very person. Is not done anywhere in the world. So you must be aware of that. So that is why there is all these ridiculous delays. That is what Supreme Court said. I did not jump bail. My home was invaded. They came to kill me and I survived. They came to Kenya to kidnap me, brought me back to this country and seeking me, which the law says cannot happen. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then hope to stand on that illegality to conduct the trial. Is not done anywhere in the world. I have it in my case. Nobody has, there's no exception. No exception whatsoever. That's what the law says. Section 12 of the Constitution, what does it say? Any treaty ratified by Nigeria becomes law. It's law. You cannot change it. It doesn't matter what they do. All these shenanigans is just pure rubbish. You never stand. Not with me. I believe in justice and fairness. That's all. Nigeria signed to extradite, not to rendition.
We must not give up. We must continue to give our support to our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And now, hear this from our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa.
Other reason why he was kidnapped from Kenya, other than to end Biafra struggle. Because they know Biafra struggle is not a crime. It's not a crime. He can never ever be sentenced and convicted in Nigeria. Never. That is because there is no law. There is no law to convict Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you know what? The law empower them. Not even the law does not even empower them. Somehow, when they want to circumvent the law, to detain him as long as possible. You can imagine the people that were released the other day. 15 good years. 15 good years. Do you know 15 years? 15 years you can be anything you want to be in this life.
Did you just hear what Mazi Simon Ekpa said? I want you to pay close attention. Did you just hear what Mazi Simon Ekpa said? This is what is happening today. That they want to detain him for as long as they want. In terms of prosecuting him, sentencing him, or judging him, they cannot sentence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They can never find him guilty, but they can be able to hold him for as long as they want. Did you hear it from Mazi Simon Ekpa? The corrupt government of Nigeria, the terrorist government of Nigeria, the only thing they can do is to continue to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for as long as they want. But in terms of judging him through their law, it is impossible. They cannot sentence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, confirmed it many years ago. Many years ago, Mazi Simon Ekpa said this. I want you to listen to this. Mazi Simon Ekpa said this. I want you to pay attention and listen to him again.
Other reason why he was kidnapped from Kenya, other than to end Biafra struggle. Because they know Biafra struggle is not a crime. It's not a crime. He can never ever be sentenced and convicted in Nigeria. Never. That is because there is no law. There is no law to convict Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you know what? The law empower them. Not even the law does not even empower them. Somehow, when they want to circumvent the law, to detain him as long as possible. You can imagine the people that were released the other day. 15 good years. 15 good years. Do you know 15 years? 15 years, you can be anything you want to be in this life within 15 years. Within 15 years, your life, everything you want to be in this life, you can achieve it within 15 years. I am very serious. If you do not achieve it within 15 years, you are going to build the foundation to prepare you to what you are going to be in life within 15 years. But you know, those people were detained for 15 good years. At the end of the day, they were going to court. Of course, they have to see a reason to detain them. They take them to court for 15 good years, only to now release them that they could not convict. So when you stay in detention for 15 good years, you have which kind of prison I want to give you again? Okay? What it means is that in some state, in some country, you have served 30 years imprisonment. Are you aware of that? In some country, when you stay 15 years, because when they give you verdict, you have to, you know, sometimes in a place, depending on the country, you serve half of the verdict. Okay? You serve half. If they give you 10 years sentence, you are going to serve 5 years. Half of it. As a first timer. So if they give you 7 years, you serve 3.5. If they give you 30 years, you serve 15. So what kind of sentence are they going to give them? They have served systematically 30 good years for staying 15 years in prison. After 15 years, they acquitted them. So, my brother, this is the same thing these people want to do to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that cannot happen. So we need to, you know, when you come, you see, I want you to understand what I'm trying to say, because for you to do the right, to make the right choice, right decision, make right move, you must first of all understand why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in the first place. If you do not understand the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not kidnapped, then you are not supposed to be in the leadership of this movement. So the only reason why he was kidnapped was to end Biafra struggle, and now that thing is happening. So how do you think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released when the reason why he was abducted is already happening, and you are already succumbing to it? You know, I don't understand what is going on. When you talk, they say we are looking here, the case adjourned. You are going to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case adjourned again. Believe me, with what is going on now, you are already dancing to the tone of the government.
Did you hear the word of Mazi Simon Ekpa? What he just said is what is happening today. Are you not seeing the case adjourned, 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 and adjourned? Are you not seeing it? What Mazi Simon Ekpa spoke about 2 years ago is what is happening today. You are making them to believe by holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are stopping Biafra. That is the plan. Just like they are holding Mazi Simon Ekpa today. The purpose of holding Mazi Simon Ekpa is to stop Biafra, to make sure we don't move forward. And some idiots are busy fighting Dr. Ngozi Oronigwe, who is making sure that Biafra restoration is completed. Dr. Ngozi Oronigwe is making sure that the restoration of Biafra is completed, but some idiots are fighting her. Did you see what Mazi Simon Ekpa said about the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Is it not what is playing out today? Is it not what is playing out today, tomorrow, the same thing? It is sad, but it is the truth.
Other reason why he was kidnapped from Kenya, other than to end Biafra struggle. Because they know Biafra struggle is not a crime. It's not a crime. He can never ever be sentenced and convicted in Nigeria. Never. That is because there is no law. There is no law to convict Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you know what? The law empower them. Not even the law does not even empower them. Somehow, when they want to circumvent the law, to detain him as long as possible. You can imagine the people that were released the other day. 15 good years. 15 good years. Do you know 15 years? 15 years, you can be anything you want to be in this life within 15 years. Within 15 years, your life, everything you want to be in this life, you can achieve it within 15 years. I am very serious. If you do not achieve it within 15 years, you are going to build the foundation to prepare you to what you are going to be in life within 15 years. But you know, those people were detained for 15 good years. At the end of the day, they were going to court. Of course, they have to see a reason to detain them. They take them to court for 15 good years, only to now release them that they could not convict. So when you stay in detention for 15 good years, you have which kind of reason I want to give you again? Okay? What it means is that in some state, in some country, you have served 30 years imprisonment. Are you aware of that? In some country, when you stay 15 years, because when they give you verdict, you have to, you know, sometimes in a place, depending on the country, you serve half of the verdict. Okay? You serve half. If they give you 10 years sentence, you are going to serve 5 years. Half of it. As a first timer. So if they give you 7 years, you serve 3.5. If they give you 30 years, you serve 15. So what kind of sentence are they going to give them? They have served systematically 30 good years for staying 15 years in prison. After 15 years, they acquitted them. So, my brother, this is the same thing these people want to do to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that cannot happen. So we need to, you know, when you come, you see, I want you to understand what I'm trying to say, because for you to do the right, to make the right choice, right decision, make right move, you must first of all understand why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in the first place. If you do not understand the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not kidnapped, then you are not supposed to be in the leadership of this movement. So the only reason why he was kidnapped was to end the Biafra struggle, and now that thing is happening. So how do you think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released when the reason why he was abducted is already happening, and you are already succumbing to it? You know, I don't understand what is going on. When you talk, they say we are looking here, the case adjourned. You are going to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case adjourned again. Believe me, with what is going on now, you are already dancing to the tone of the government. The government wants the Biafra agitation to end. And because you have given them the green light that you are ending it, and we will not allow it to end. When you give the green light that you are ending the Biafra struggle, they will never ever release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu until they succeed in making sure that you end everything. That was the reason. So what it means now is that it is only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that have the guts to request for Biafra. That is what it means. And if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have told you he have millions of people following him who can be even more dangerous, you are proving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wrong, including proving all those who are on social media saying, you think you're Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, don't worry, you are going to see other people worse than him. You have proven those people and you are proving them wrong, including Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why he said, I will not disappoint you, but you will disappoint me. Obidogo. It is happening. So my people, I want everybody to meditate on this. First of all, know the reason why he was abducted and kidnapped, and the extraordinary rendition to Nigeria is to stop Biafra struggle. And now they have tested you, you have fought for it, and you say, oh, if we do this thing now, they are not going to release him. Or let us stop everything. Some of them, they have even stopped playing the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's very appalling. I don't get it. Honestly, I don't know whoever that is advising this kind of thing. I don't know. Because Nigerian government can never ever release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when they have come to know that you are doing exactly why they.
It's straight. When you are doing exactly why they are holding him, that thing that made them to continue to hold him, that is what you are doing. And you think they are going to release him. They will not. They will not, because you are doing exactly what they wanted. You are doing exactly what they want you to do. And because you are doing that, how do you expect them to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? How? Just tell me how. You are pretending you want him to be freed. You want him to be freed, and you are supporting the enemy. It is sad, but you are deceiving yourself. Let's hear this.
This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose, an occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze.
Face many things, we don't fall. Them took a Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them country still they strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity, we hold the land. From night.
They promised them he's in charge of IPO. Where is he today? He's gone. I want you to understand, mark my word now. Once Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is out, IPOB is gone, dissolved, completely dissolved. Mark my word. Every person today that is fighting me on the other side will be gone. I want you to mark this day. Mark this word I'm telling you now. Every one of them will be gone. I finish with them. I will be here. Biafra freedom will come from diaspora. I promised them for many years, but since 2021, that I will bring the Biafra freedom from diaspora. I want you to look around yourself. Is it not coming from diaspora? They thought they have locked everywhere. If you go to Nigeria, they kill you. If you do, they will challenge you. Come to Nigeria, so we'll take you serious. Come to Nigeria. Because I will not come to Nigeria. If you want to die, go and put yourself on order. I will not come to Nigeria. I will be here to fight for my people, and I will be here and free my people from Nigeria. When Queen Elizabeth was controlling you in Nigeria and doing, I finish with them. I will be here. Biafra freedom will come from diaspora. I promised them for many years, but since 2021, that I will bring the Biafra freedom from diaspora. I want you to look around yourself. Is it not coming from diaspora? They thought they have locked everywhere. If you go to Nigeria, they kill you. If you do, they will challenge you. Come to Nigeria, so we'll take you serious. Come to Nigeria. Because I will not come to Nigeria. If you want to die, go and put yourself on order. I will not come to Nigeria. I will be here to fight for my people, and I will be here and free my people from Nigeria. When Queen Elizabeth was controlling you in Nigeria and doing amalgamation, was she there? Was she there? Queen Elizabeth, the same Lugard, was she there? I will do like her. I will be here and free Biafra, and then I will come to unify Biafra people after Biafra has been recognized. I will be here to fight because freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is coming from abroad. Freedom is coming from the United Nations. Freedom is coming from Washington, D.C. Freedom is coming from the European Union. Freedom is not coming from Africa. Freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is not coming from Abuja. Freedom is coming from America. It's coming from Europe. You don't know that, know it. No matter how sad and bad it sounds. But that is a fact. So why should I go to Nigeria where freedom is not coming from?
They are panicking. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We are live and we are direct. They are panicking. Zoo is panicking. Zoo is panicking. Onyemuche has come back. Biafrans are coming back to my page again. Yoruba. It is the truth. I tell you the truth. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're holding my life, you take it. Was Shoyinka not corrupt?
Today. By the power conferred on me as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, and after you have voted for the open gate for the Biafra freedom, which is 100% vote, this charter has become a law. The Biafra Helsinki Declaration.
Brother Max, give us your closing remark as I close up the program. My brother Max, take up the mic. Bro Maxwell, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Mazi.
Go ahead, give us your closing remark.
Thank you so much. And glory be to God as we have come to the end of this procession today. May God continue to keep each and every one of you safe and protect you. Those in my mother's ancestral land, may Chukwu Kikabiyama continue to protect each and every one of you from the enemies within and outside. May God bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Wherever that they are going to drag him from tomorrow, let the God that brought him up to fight this fight be in front and at the back of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Same thing goes to Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Let the Spirit of God be ahead and behind him, to face the enemies. Let God protect Dr. Ngazan Rabweze, his members of cabinet, etc. May God bless each and every one of you, especially those of you in the diaspora. God will bless you for what you are doing. Your little contributions will never be in vain. Continue to do what is right, and God will strengthen you the more. I remain, you are okay. And women from the little beautiful city of Bolagatanga in Upper East region. Thank you for having me, and may Chukwu Kikabiyama continue to look after us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother Max. I appreciate you. Thank you for your amazing contribution. Let's hear from Bro Greg. Give us a closing remark, Bro Greg.
Yeah, thank you, Mazi. Thank you for today, for the opportunity given to us to join you in this program. Yes, what is our closing remark? Our closing remark is let people search their conscience and ask themselves question, are you standing for Simon Ekman? Are you standing truly in this very video, this clip that is played just for some minutes ago? Are all those Simon Ekman's plans, are you standing for those plans? Are you 100% behind the plan? Are you still standing with Simon Ekman without any reserve? Are you still standing for the Biafra nation? Are you still standing for Nnamdi Kanu? Or you are just in Biafra just to be popular, just to be noticed? Are you in Biafra struggle just for making trouble and looking for position, looking for where they want to put you, where they want to grab power, so that the people will know you are among the people who is fighting, or some of the people who want to be on the media, so that they will see them and say the government will be calling you to get contact and get connection. So these are the questions you will ask yourself. Are you indeed 100% behind all these plans that someone marshaled out that Biafra have to go through so that they can get our freedom? So if you are not, then you have a question to answer. So I will encourage every Biafrans to do the needful in any way you can, in the highest way you can, the lowest way you can, to support what is on this plan that Simon Ekman have. Do not waste time. And let the conscience of those people that set us backward, let the God of the Biafra and let the land of Biafra and the spirit of the whole people that died since Biafra have started looking for freedom, judge every single person that is on this struggle. That is my word for every Biafrans that is here this afternoon, especially those who have a hold position in one way or the other. Let those spirit of those people that died judge every single person in this struggle. That is my listening to every Biafran today, and I thank every Biafrans, and may it be well with us. Thank you, Chus, and may God bless you as we continue next time.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for your constant support to this very platform. Thank you for your guidance, directions, and encouragement to fellow Biafrans. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect you. Everyone that have been part of this program, please, if you have not yet shared the program, like and share. That is the way you can support this platform and support the message and gospel of Biafra. That is all we require from you, to like and share the program. Be part of that message. As I said, Biafra is not tied on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not on Mazi Simon, not on Dr. Ngozi Oreboweze or I myself or any other Biafran out there. It is tied on all of us. Collective effort. That is how we can be able to succeed in this. So whatever you can do to see that we succeed, go ahead and do it. And Chukwu Okike will continue to guide you, protect you, and secure you. Thank you so much for being part of the program, wherever you are. Those who are sitting at home today, who have done it, I appreciate every one of you. Whatever you have lost for not going out or for not going out for business, tomorrow you are going to get it 1,000-fold. Tomorrow is our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court case, and we are going to bring you the updates tomorrow. When the time comes, we'll bring the update and we'll follow it up and make sure that Biafrans get the update. Continue to pray for Mazi Simon Ekpa, pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wherever you are. As he comes to court tomorrow, let there be favor from Chukwu Okike. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect everyone that is part of this program today, wherever you are watching from. I thank you for being part of the program. And may Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Oreboweze. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafrans shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. See you again next time. Stay blessed.
Biafra. Agitate for Biafra, my right to agitate, my right. They turned it from listed felony now to terrorism.
Breaking news reaching us now. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has been arrested, extradited to Nigeria, and is right now being arraigned at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Kanu is facing charges bordering on treasonable felony instituted against him at the Federal High Court.
It was an unjust war.
Long ago, in the heart of Biafra, a nation was born from the ashes of war. A war that scarred the land and its people, yet it never killed the spirit of freedom.
The war aim of Biafra is purely to prevent ourselves being slaughtered, nothing more.
It was in this land, scarred by conflict, that Nnamdi Kanu was born, a son destined to revive the dream of independence for Biafra.
And if anybody is going to judge our success and failure in this war, it will have to depend on how much we have prevented the enemy from killing us.
Raised with the echoes of his ancestors' struggles, Kanu understood that the wounds of war ran deep in the hearts of his people. The scars from the Biafran War, which ravaged the land and cost countless lives, had never healed. The dream of an independent Biafra, broken but not forgotten, lived on in the hearts of those who survived. It was these voices, these memories, that called him to action. As Nnamdi Kanu grew, so did his voice. He became a preacher of justice, a messenger for those who were unheard. He spoke not just for his generation, but for all those whose lives were shattered by the war. The pain of the past was alive within him, and his words resonated with the cries of the oppressed. But as Kanu's message spread, so did the fear of the establishment. His calls for self-determination grew louder, shaking the very foundations of the government. They feared the revival of a Biafran spirit, one that could awaken the wounds of the past and ignite a new conflict. And so, they moved against him. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, his body captured, but his spirit unbroken. The authorities believed that imprisoning him would extinguish the fire he had started. but they failed to understand the depths of his cause. The pain of the war, the bloodshed of the past, was not something easily forgotten. It was a flame that could never be fully extinguished. His arrest became a symbol of the struggle that began in the blood-soaked fields of the Biafran War. The demand for freedom was still alive. The fight for justice continued, not just for Nnamdi Kanu, but for all the lives lost, for all the children born into a world of scars. The fight for Biafra is not just his fight. It is the fight of all those who have ever dreamed of a free land. And though the past may haunt the present, the future is still unwritten. As long as the story of Nnamdi Kanu is told, as long as the voices of his people rise, the dream of Biafra lives on. Arrested again, 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 and yet again.
I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra, my right to agitate, my right. They turned it from listed felony now to terrorism.
This is Nnamdi Kanu speaking. Biafra land, listen. They thought they could silence me, but they didn't just cage me. They caged your spirit. They made you forget that our land still bleeds, that our people still suffer, that nothing has changed. 5 years in chains. But what about you? Are you not free? Or have they bound your voice with fear? The struggle was never about me, it was about you, your children, your land, your future. So I ask you, where is the fire that once burned in your heart? Where is the voice that once roared for freedom? Wake up! Rise again. Speak. Act. Remember who you are.
Again, every time Nigeria is ringing bell. If I look on news, it is bell. If I look at social media, it is problem. Eh? When I should be drinking coffee, they will make me to come online. They don't want to have me to rest. But you know what? You know what? The spirit in me, the Biafra spirit in me, I said, when I told you, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is looking for 100 people, I promise that I have 50 in me. You have not seen anything. It is not by my power. It is not by my power. It is not by my power. But, you know, as my own oru, I am a rocha. You understand? Till Biafra come. But, today you are going to receive sense. The crypto, Nigeria crypto. As they are crippling your economy, they close border. They close the border. ESN came out automatically, you know, weaponized. It shocked them. It shocked them. They said, this border no work, oh. This close of border no work, oh. Now, how do we stop the funding now of this Sunday or Igbo? How do we stop the contribution? Let us stop the crypto. Because they were following Nigerians, southern Nigerians. Use crypto.
We should open crypto. Open crypto. Crypto. We use crypto. Don't use the Western Union. Don't use this. They say, so these people are doing crypto. Okay. Let us slash them. Bah! They are not considering the economic impact of crypto. No. They are not considering how much the crypto is bringing to Nigeria economy. Their agenda is not to make Nigeria progress. No. They have a better agenda. Now you get the point. Now you get the point. My only problem is that why is it that you must wait? Thomas. Was Thomas born in Nigeria? Is Thomas a Nigerian? Is Thomas in the Bible in Nigeria? Are you a lineage of Thomas? Are you a lineage of Thomas? All of you have Thomas blood in your vein. How did you get Thomas blood in your vein? That it must happen to you first before you understand. We hear more in Anukia. You hear more kind of man. Woo! When we are telling you, you don't know, we are telling you, even we are not prophets, but everything we have said, everything we open this mouth to say, if it don't happen today, it will happen tomorrow. I want you to go from the beginning of this struggle. From the beginning. In fact, even the one that we are not sure of, once God asks us to say it, we will say it and God will do it. Hey! Woo! I said, did you see the prayer? May God harden the heart of the leaders in Nigeria so that we will tell them, the world may know that Obi is no longer a boy. I remember when we used to read the history of the Greeks, the Greek gods. I don't know, of course you don't read all those things in Africa. The history of the Greek gods. Medusa, they say Medusa is she look at when you look at Medusa, you turn into she will dry you and you become stone. Medusa have snake, her hair. Medusa's hair is snake. Because of the power in Medusa.
Lekwa Nigeria ma dosa ya Chineke nna de ngosi onye ọbụla na-ekpe ekpere ka Nigeria wee wuru ofu nna nke bridge ndị dị etu a wee laa ha n'iyi Chineke nna kiwe biko da kiwe kpọọ ha ọkụ kpee ezinụlọ ha ọkụ ka ha ra agbanyeghị ndị ha bụ ọbụla ndị ụkọchukwu onye ọbụla mehụrụ ọnụ ma kulie wee sị na ọ ga-adịrị Nigeria na mma ọ ga-adịrị onye ahụ na mma na ezinụlọ na mma site gosi wee na-eme n'ụbọchị nketa obodo kwensu bụ zoo Nigeria lekwa Nigeria ma dosa ya Chineke nna de ngosi onye ọbụla na-ekpe ekpere ka Nigeria wee wuru ofu nna nke bridge ndị dị etu a wee laa ha n'iyi Chineke nna kiwe biko da kiwe kpọọ ha ọkụ kpee ezinụlọ ha ọkụ ka ha ra agbanyeghị ndị ha bụ ọbụla ndị ụkọchukwu onye ọbụla mehụrụ